How about you? I can win. The changes are going through. What to do? How about you? Little Nazareth, Changing Times. Great tune. Andy, your beard is weird, boy. Andy's got a fucking weird beard. That guy, look at that scraggly ass fucking shit. Probably took him 2 years to grow that little goatee. Wow. Bad company to the day I die.
Ribeye steaks, drumsticks, Atlantic salmon.
Cover your week for less. It's an Aldi thing.
With the latest Galaxy from Verizon, you can swipe a whole new look.
Company, always on the run. Destiny, with a rising sun. Whoa, whoa, I was born. 6 gun in my hand. Find a gun, I'll make my final stand. Hey. Fuck you, dog. Fuck you, you fat little prick. You motherfucking put me backstage because I come up there to fuck you, dog. Motherfucker. I let you in my house and every fucking thing. I don't know why you came up here. Still hasn't told me that. I know why. So your little friends can fucking do what they do. That's why. So you sit back and act like you're above it all. Like you're some chat ambassador. Fuck you, Doug. Doug, I've tied rebar. I did more than just tie rebar. I did a lot of dangerous work. Fucking idiot. Why you support people like Alpesh Patel? What the fuck is the matter with you? That guy's a fucking idiot. But, you know, it's your chat. I wasn't telling you who to have up there. I went up there to fucking troll the motherfucker, and you stopped it. So you're protecting these little fucks, Doug. Not in my chat. We don't discuss politics in my chat. That's because you have no argument. You have no debate. Nothing but a bunch of fucking Trump-hating motherfuckers. It's all Siberian gal to all of you. I wonder if my StreamYard will let me post my link. Nope. To the day I die. Oh. Oh, fucking itch. Figures. Fucking cocksucker. Time is it? Yoddy yoddy hoo. Voodoo Child, Little Wing, Born to Boogie. Yeah, we'll play this one.
Well, my mama met my daddy down in Alabama.
They tried not, so here I am. Gonna buy you the gangster's line. Go dig in and damn jambalaya. Before I could walk, I had a guitar in my hand and a talk. I was driving my own band.
I on the road when I was 8 years old. 15,
I was in the show. Money to burn and the road was so pretty. That's a little bun, I was born to boogie.
when I was
18, I went to Hollywood and Joe this brand and John D. Good.
California sun. Red tail black, too much.
AW 16.
We were playing them balls and jamming there and moving on over to MGM. They said, this is the boy I'm telling you about. He lit a cigarette and stuck his hand out. He said, son, now we got a deal for you. I'm going to make you a star, give you 50,000 too. I told him my mama didn't raise no fool. I'll take your money. I'll make you movies. I can tell you right now, I was born to boogie.
See this in the kind of gallon down and I'm no good challenge. What I do now is what I did then. I'll get down with all my rowdy friends. Does not mean to say that I can be mean. Does not mean that I still wear my jeans. Oh, baby, I will. And I was born to boogie. Oh. Good to go. Sun shining. It's nice out. I got the doors open. Yeah, I look better with a haircut, do I? Huh? Do, don't I? You don't like me? Oh, you don't like my haircut? Do you like my haircut? Tassie Joe, do you like my haircut? I hope you like my haircut, Tassie Joe. Now I gotta trim my beard. Born to Boogie by Hank Williams Jr. That's a must listen to song during the night. Dassy Joe, these fuckers want to troll Billy Hayden. Where are you, Randy Justice, you fat ass motherfucker? Come on up here, Randy. I dare you. Randy, I got a question I want to ask you, but you won't face Billy. You'll deal with the women, but you won't face a man. Now, thanks for coming and saying hi, Tassie. I appreciate it. I can't help it. With acid being up, I looked into Dougie's and there, it just. Then they want to blame me for shit. Too fucking bad. I think the band's getting together across the street. That fucking sun's bright. You fucker. Untuck the shirt. What the fuck we got here on the floor? Fucking. There's 3 black walnut trees outside, and there's still black walnuts on the ground out there. There's 2 dead squirrels in the road that got run over by cars. Half hour ago, I noticed it. I was sitting outside. The fucking squirrels bit the dust. 2 of them. Yeah, I'm a good-natured boy. That's for sure. That's why they do it. I'm not up here doxing people and putting people's families' pictures up and all that shit. I'm not going trying to get police reports on people and find out what kind of criminal past they've done it to me. I've been fully vetted. If they had evidence that I was a felon, they'd be talking about it. They wouldn't just be accusing me of it, which they don't. Everything they fucking accuse me of, they quit doing because they have nothing. They have nothing. Wiggin doesn't understand. If I give him time here, I'm gonna give Rusty time here. There's the biggest rivalry out here. That fight's been going on since they were fucking dating, before they were dating. But and then Andy or whoever is fucking talking about Tom. Tom, come up here. The guy has a wrench. I don't know his last name. I only know him from chat. He's definitely Navy. He was a signalman in the Navy. Oh, shut up, Paul, you stupid fat fuck. You're a fucking stupid motherfucker, Paul. You don't make me laugh, Paul. Why don't you say something, post something to make me laugh instead of trying to insult me all the time? Because that's all you do. That's all you have are insults and innuendo. I don't fucking talk to you, Paul. I don't talk about you. I don't bring you up or nothing. You guys are always in my face. Fuck you.
For more than 30 years, Fisher House Foundation has provided families of wounded, injured, and ill service members and veterans a home away from home at no cost, because a family's love is good medicine. Learn more at fisherhouse.org.
A father and son, a memorial for every victim of war. Joe Mazzello and Academy Award winner John Voight in Monument, opening Friday at the Angelica in D.C. and Fairfax. Monument.film.
Good job, but well, see, talks are going on and we're going over the weekend.
It needs
He
trimming.
says that includes Lebanon, too. Today, Iran opened the Strait of Hormuz as part of a 10-day ceasefire deal between Israel and Lebanon. Mr. Trump says that the U.S. blockade on Iranian ports, though, will continue until an agreement is signed. Today, the Dow closed up 868 points, and NASDAQ finished up 365. Traffic and other net. Breaking news for your home. Way Day. Wayfair's big sale is almost here, and you can score the best deals in home, like up to 80% off everything home.
I should go clear my blacklist
80% off with free shipping.
now that I timed Paul out on one account.
Deals all way day long. We're talking outdoor furniture and essentials.
Let's see what it says in my
All
StreamYard.
at Wayfair, and all up to 80% off during Way Day. Shop
Bud Noble.
from April 20th through 27th.
Bud Noble is the only name that shows up there.
Oh, you noticed? Yeah, I found it on eBay from a seller in Vegas. We loved and perfect. She listed it and jackpot. Italian leather, classic trench silhouette. And did you see the braided buckle?
Hang on to your plane ticket.
Oh, I'll hang on to this forever. Have you been on eBay? There's so many finds. And I bet that diving watch would sell fast. Just saying.
Find what you love, sell what you don't. eBay. Things people
My
love.
camera's
For
freezing.
those with type 2 diabetes or high blood pressure, you may be missing a hidden signal from your kidneys, an SOS for an increased risk of
Fucking thing.
cardiovascular events like heart attack or stroke. The mission? Detect the SOS. Start at detectthesos.com. Learn how a simple UACR urine test can help identify kidney damage early. Talk to your doctor about getting screened. Go to detectthesos.com to learn more about UACR urine testing today. Brought to you by Boehringer Ingelheim Pharmaceuticals, Inc.
The Spring Traditions Collection from Sunday Red is inspired by the season's most iconic state, where Tiger won 5 times. For him, it means tradition.
It means springtime. It feels like it's the start of fall season. The music, the iconicness of No Rough, of just seeing all this perfectly green grass, the flowers, the azaleas, the tall Georgia pines.
Shop the Spring Traditions Collection
Ew, wow.
at SundayRed.com.
Here's Michelle Murray in the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
In Sterling, there's an accident reported on westbound 7 at 28 Sully Road, where 2 right lanes are blocked, so watch out for delays there. Slow going traffic right now, traveling on 66 westbound from Nutley Street towards 123, and brief delays headed towards Route 29 in Centerville. Still a slow going 95 southbound between the Fairfax County Parkway and 123 in Woodbridge. And after that, everything is moving well in towards Fredericksburg. Now from GarageRepair.com, here's a WMAL Weather Channel forecast.
Tonight, mainly clear, 60, 50s outside the Beltway. 88 tomorrow, sunshine around, cold front coming through, showers lingering into early Sunday afternoon. With a high only 63. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Staging, WMAL.
Right now, 80 in Washington. I'm Heather Curtis on WMAL.
He's here. Now, the underground command post. Deep in the bowels of a hidden bunker, somewhere under the brick and steel of a nondescript building, we've once again made contact with our leader, Frank Levin.
Also the great one, Mark Levin. It's a new impression I'm working on. He's been sharing my videos. So he appreciates a comedian and doesn't give in to the woke, Reich, neo-fascist, right-wing Nazi capos. These people are obsessed with genitalia for some reason. Woke right Nazi infiltrators in the conservative movement who want to destroy this country. They want to destroy the Constitution. These people are imposters. They're parasites, latching on to the success of Donald Trump, this great president, my president, and I stand by the president. They're smearing the president. They're trying to weaken the base and the coalition, beautiful coalition that this president has built. They don't want us to fight the far left. They are the far left. That's right, I said it.
Pretty good, don't you think, Rich? It's a great comedian, Avi Kozak. I'm a huge fan of his. I don't know him, but he really is spectacular. And I like to post it when I find his stuff. I like to post it. Just fantastic. I'll be on Hannity tonight, really in the first segment, close to 9 p.m. Eastern, if you want to watch it. We have two tremendous shows this weekend. 8 p.m. Eastern, Life, Liberty, and Levin. I hope you will set your DVR if you're not sure you'll be home, for Saturday and Sunday. There's a lot going on. And even today, the president has been posting on Truth Social. The enemy's been putting out some stuff. Our ally, the Prime Minister of Israel, has been putting out some stuff. Basically, the president feels they're very close to a deal. He has said that we're winning on all issues. The enemy's foreign minister threw out some points there where he says, no, we want some reparations. We want this and that. I don't believe him, but nonetheless, I believe that's what they want. There's also leakers that go to Axios, which is a rotten left-wing operation. I would not pay attention to leakers, anonymous sources, and stuff like that. They're not relevant, and they're so wrong so often. And of course, the Prime Minister of Israel has put out some points. The president says that the Strait of Hormuz is open forever, and that the enemy is helping us find the mines, and that the enemy will not support or fund terrorism anymore through surrogates, and some other points. Something that has me very concerned is when the president put out a statement basically saying that Israel could not bomb in Libya anymore. Just to make something clear, there was a ceasefire there. It was signed in 2024. The Lebanese government, the Lebanese army were supposed to enforce it. They were supposed to disarm Hezbollah. They don't have the ability to do that. They're not strong enough, nor do they have the desire to do it. They've shot 6,700 rockets and missiles into Israel over the last few months. So Israel went back in. They said enough is enough. They essentially have them surrounded, and they were called off by our government to get a peace deal, a ceasefire, and then a peace deal between the Israeli government and the Lebanese government. Now, what's the problem with that? Israel's not at war with the Lebanese government. Israel's not at war with the Lebanese army. Israel's not at war with the Lebanese people. Israel's fighting a defensive military action to protect its towns and cities from Hezbollah. What's Hezbollah? Hezbollah is a terror organization that has killed God knows how many Americans, including civilians and military. And it is a offshoot, a wing of Iran. And Iran has been desperately seeking to protect it. So I was a little surprised and taken back by that posting. And then there was an update to that posting I just noticed. Because the agreement with Israel was that they could take defensive measures. In other words, you don't have to wait to get hit. And the administration put out a clarification just a little while ago and said, no, if it's a defensive measure, they are free to do it, of course. But if Israel's not going to disarm Hezbollah, if the Lebanese government and their army doesn't have the will or a way, then I guess we are. And I don't know how we're going to do it. How are we going to do that, Mr. Producer? It's not going to happen. So I just wanted to bring that up. That was a concern to me. Also, let's be honest with each other, can we? I mean, straightforward. The president's going to get a hell of a deal. The enemy is now worried about the president. But the enemy is the enemy. They see things beyond election cycles. They see things beyond a 4-year period. They see the world beyond Donald Trump's presidency. And here's what they know. Until Donald Trump, not a single American president did anything effective to stop them. Post Donald Trump, if a Democrat's elected, they're not going to do anything effective to stop him. They'll give him money. And most Republicans would do the same. Not all, but most. The more isolationist-related Republicans will, and we know who they are. So my concern is, perhaps they'll behave when Donald Trump is president, perhaps. I mean, they're called terrorists for a reason, right? They have violated everything they've signed for a reason, right? Their mentality is not the same as the West. An agreement is just a means by which to get an end. But they're going to play longer ball than an election cycle in the United States. And they're not going to sit still. They're just not. They may wait 2.5, 3 years, but they're not going to sit still. And so my view is we've got the military there. We've choked them off economically. A little bit of patience, a little more time, maybe 2, 3, 4 weeks, and it would resolve itself. And there's another big issue. What is that, America? A big, big issue. What about the Iranian people? What about the Iranian people? Now, what's happening, we're getting some reports to this effect, is that the president of Iran, who's not part of the Republican Guard, as they call themselves, he's not a good guy. Please don't mistake what I'm saying, but I'm just saying he's not part of that. He's getting in arguments with that. And there seems to be some arguments brewing between the regular army and the IRCG, this Republican Guard. The Republican Guard exists like the SS for Hitler. It's big, it's a militia, it's there to protect the regime. It's a security force, it could be a military force, but it was set up by the first Khomeini to enforce support for the regime or to eliminate any opposition whatsoever. And they're the ones going around slaughtering people, by the way. They and the militia they're bringing in from, say, Iraq and so forth. There seem to be some fraying of issues between them, too. So we have our hands around the throat of their military, such as it is. We have our hands around the throat of their economy. So just don't let go for a while. Just don't let go for a while. Now, I know now the Arab states are saying, let's get a peace deal. I know the Europeans say, let's get a peace deal. I know the communist Chinese want their oil out of Iran. So all the pressure, NATO, the Arabs, the communist Chinese, the Democrats, our media, wimpy Republicans, all the pressure is to capitulate. Except for Israel. The Israeli people want to finish this off. They're tired of running into bomb shelters every few hours. They're tired of bringing their children up this way. And nobody's lost more people in this war than the Israelis. Except Hamas, of course, maybe the Iranians. So it's not as if they're not fighting their own wars. Of course they are. And here's the bottom line. The people of Israel want victory. And what's happening is the left in Israel and the left of center parties, pretending to be right of center parties, as I've explained before, they're attacking Netanyahu for being our lapdog, for being Trump's lapdog, for not doing what needs to be done to finish this war. And they don't mean a peace agreement, they mean finish it. There's the irony. You've got people like Third Reich, admitted felon, bloated Bannon, on his podcast, The Whore Room, going on and on about Israel today. See that? Trump put them in his place. But they clarified, the administration, that Israel, in fact, can use military force for defensive action and preventative action if they see Hezbollah organizing and so forth. That was the ceasefire deal. And so that clarification must really upset the neo-fascists among us, the woke right. The president also put out another statement, maybe two, as I recall, Mr. Producer, laying into Carlson, Kelly, Jones, and Owens, just blistering them. They deserve every bit of it. We'll be right back.
Mark Levin. News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
I'd like to tell you about a man named Phineas, who as a child survived the Holocaust. Phineas survived because Christians hid him from the Nazis, risking everything to save his life. Today he's in his 80s. He can no longer stand on his own or leave his home to receive medical care. And when sirens sound and missiles fall, he doesn't have time or strength to reach safety. But once again, Christians are helping save his life. Through the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews, a mobile clinic brings doctors and medicine right to his home, providing care he wouldn't receive, especially in wartime. As Israel's Holocaust Remembrance Day approaches, we honor survivors like Phineas, not just with words, but with action. Please give $45, a tax-deductible gift right now, to the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews to rush life-saving essentials for the most vulnerable under fire in the Holy Land. Call 844-866-IFCJ, 844-866-IFCJ, or online at levinforthefellowship.org. That's LEVIN for thefellowship.org.
Earlier accident on 270 southbound after Father Hurley Boulevard clear, but traffic is still a bit slow from 121. Northbound side still a bit slow from Old Georgetown Road to Falls Road. Some more delays from Clopper Road to Middlebrook Road and from 121 towards Route 80 in Urbana. Traffic is heavy right now on the George Washington Parkway southbound between the overlooks and the 14th Street Bridge, and northbound is heavy from Turkey Run to the Beltway, and you will still find some delays on the Beltway inner loop headed through Tyson's in towards Bethesda and College Park. Outer loop heavy from Van Dorn Street to the Wilson Bridge, but also delays from the Leesburg Pike to the Little River Turnpike, and on the Leesburg Pike westbound at 28, an accident blocks 2 right lanes. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, here's a WMAL Weather Channel forecast.
Tonight, mostly clear, lows around 60. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with highs around 88.
Breaking news for your home. Way Day. Wayfair's big sale is almost here, and you can score the best deals in home, like up to 80% off everything home. Yes, you heard that right. 80% off with free shipping on everything. Plus surprise flash deals all Way Day long. We're talking outdoor furniture and essentials, rugs, and more. All at Wayfair, and all up to 80% off during Way Day. Shop Wayfair's Way Day from April 25th through 27th.
Wayfair, every style, every home. Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
With VerboCare, help is always ready. Before, during, and after your stay. We've planned for the plot twists, so support is always available. Because a great trip starts with peace of mind.
And we're back in the Miller's yard. It's springtime, and their True Green lawn is thriving.
They got a lawn like a golf course here in New York without wasting your weekend. And PGA Tour golfers started showing up.
Like this pro, who's never seen spring grass this perfect outside of course.
Has to clear the patio furniture and the sandbox.
Oh, perfectly struck.
True Green, the easiest way to get a golf course quality lawn. Tap the screen now and get started today at TrueGreen.com. Exclusions apply. See TrueGreen.com for details.
There's no music to enjoy over there. It's the same thing, very redundant.
Is one of the largest universities in the country, offering more than 285 programs online. In addition to federal grants and aid, GCU's online students received nearly $161 million in institutional scholarships in 2024. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu/myoffer to see the scholarships you may qualify for.
Fantastic organization that is on the front lines of helping to prevent veteran suicide. And Pure Talk's creating American jobs with a U.S.-only workforce. Sure to be a lot cheaper to send jobs overseas like other companies do, but they're committed to delivering the best experience possible for their customers here in the United States. And yes, I love Pure Talk's service. They give you the same towers, same network, same 5G coverage as one of the big guys, but for a fraction of the price. I choose to do business with a company that shares my values, your value, helping support veterans every single day and creating American jobs. How about you? Pound 250. And say Mark Levin to switch to Pure Talk. That's pound 250, pound 250. Say Mark Levin to switch to my wireless company, America's wireless company, Pure Talk.
WMAL, making sense of the news. Live from the Home Paramount Pest Control Studios. Home Paramount, the leader in pest control since 1939.
Is Hakeem Jeffries on the payroll of the Islamo-Nazi regime in Tehran? No, I say that tongue-in-cheek. No, he's a volunteer. He's doing it for free, giving aid and comfort to the enemy with his every breath. Cut one, go.
Donald Trump's reckless war of choice, which we had an opportunity to stop through our War Powers resolution, but unfortunately, the overwhelming majority of House Republicans have chosen to stick with Donald Trump, as they always do, and support this reckless and costly war of choice.
Why is it reckless? Why is it reckless? Iran's military is essentially defeated. I mean, it can't do anything. Its nuclear ambition has been crushed. I mean, won't try again, but this is exactly my point. If the Democrats, God forbid, take the White House and the Iranian regime reconstitutes itself or regenerates and goes right back at it with the help of the communist Chinese and the inbred in North Korea, you think that Democrat's going to do anything to stop them? Oh, no, they'll do something else. They'll fund them the way Biden did. They'll lift sanctions, they'll give them billions. Maybe they'll do what Obama did, sign an agreement that ensures they get nuclear weapons. That's my fear. That's my fear. And this guy proves it. He underscores it. He's a moron. Go ahead.
Scary to me, since Donald Trump has gotten America in a war, which has now cost the lives of more than 12 different brave servicemen.
Oh, wow. He was really concerned about that when Biden surrendered in Afghanistan in the most horrific way, humiliating way, and 13 brave men and women, extraordinary individuals, died because of that. Go ahead.
Injured hundreds seriously and cost the American taxpayer billions of dollars at the same time.
Why the Democrats don't care about money? I mean, Elon Musk proved that with them. Chris Rufo's proving it with them. They just spend and spend and spend. And then when it comes to something like national security or defeating a would-be nuclear regime of suicide bombers, all of a sudden they're worried about the purse strings. They don't care otherwise. They give money to illegal aliens, give it to illegal aliens for having breast enhancement or transgender with their genitalia. Oh, yeah. Cut two, go.
With respect to this war, there was no intelligence to suggest that Iran presented an imminent threat.
Okay, Hakeem Jeffries is a liar, because even the Biden regime said there was. And when you're dealing with hypersonic missiles, supersonic technology, what does imminent even mean? What does it even mean? Now, this word imminent has a legal meaning. It also has a meaning given to it by the Defense Department. But it's not a condition precedent to doing what Donald Trump did. Donald Trump believes that Iran is a threat,
he believes that he needs to take preventative action. His envoys come back and they tell him, hey, these guys said that they can make 11 nuclear bombs in 10 days. He's supposed to ignore that? Keep that in mind, America. That's where Hakeem Jeffries is coming down. Even when the enemy says we can build nuclear bombs in 2 weeks, his view is that's not imminent. We're going to take a short break soon, and I want to talk about the vote that took place in the United States Senate, 59-40. I want to talk about the 40 Democrats who voted against not giving Israel, selling to Israel things like, I'll explain in a moment, specialized bulldozers to clear out minefields. 7 individuals born Jewish voted against allowing Israel to purchase those from us. I'll be right back. Folks, history is unfolding right before our eyes. The President of the United States has delivered an incredible, consequential first year, restoring strength at our borders, rebuilding American confidence, and putting this country back on a path of common sense and constitutional principles. I believe our system was never meant to rest on one leader. It depends on millions of informed, engaged citizens who are willing to stand up for faith, family, and freedom. There's more work to be done, and that's where we come in. I want you to join AMAC, the Association of Mature American Citizens. Unlike other senior organizations, AMAC is built around the values we hold dear. Members receive trusted news, the outstanding AMAC magazine, money-saving discounts on travel and insurance, and a heck of a lot more. And get this, right now you can join for 5 years for just $47. Go to amac.us/Levin. That's amac.us/LEVIN. And join the Association of Mature American Citizens today and be part of the solution.
WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station. Making sense of the news. News Talk 105.9. News now.
WMAL News at 6:30. I'm Heather Curtis. A 30-year-old man is charged with murder in connection with a deadly assault at the Addison Road Metro Station early yesterday morning. 7 News reports Nicholas Duncan was in court today following the assault, which left 61-year-old Stanley Hutchinson III dead and another person hospitalized with minor injuries. Metro Transit Police say they recovered a pipe used in the assault. No word on motive. Iran opened the Strait of Hormuz during a 10-day ceasefire deal between Israel and Lebanon. President Trump says at a Turning Point USA event minutes ago that the U.S. naval blockade of Iranian ports will continue.
Until such time as our transaction with Iran is 100% complete and fully signed.
He says that should happen quickly, but Iran's foreign ministry spokesperson says the blockade violates the ceasefire and threatened reciprocal measures if it continues. Traffic and weather next.
Stitch Fix. Stop shopping, get styled. A+ on the outfit, Miss Turner. You were about to slay parent-teacher conferences.
Oh, these? Just the most perfect fitting jeans my stylist sent me.
Oh, hello, you, who didn't set one foot in a mall and still looks amazing. Just share your size, style, and budget, and your stylist sends personalized looks right to your door. Stitch Fix. Get started today at stitchfix.com. To my stylist, this look is dedicated to you. Thank you. Thank you.
For those with type 2 diabetes or high blood pressure, you may be missing a hidden signal from your kidneys, an SOS for an increased risk of cardiovascular events like heart attack or stroke. The mission? Detect the SOS. Start at detectthesos.com. Learn how a simple UACR urine test can help identify kidney damage early. Talk to your doctor about getting screened. Go to detectthesos.com to learn more about UACR urine testing today. Brought to you by Boehringer Ingelheim Pharmaceuticals, Inc.
Not planning today can cost you tomorrow. Stop worrying and start planning with Trajan Wealth. Contact Trajan today at 202-750-3300 or go to TrajanWealth.com. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement.
7 ancient churches in Turkey's Aegean open the door to a world of faith and cultural heritage. Discover the 7 churches of Revelation with Turkish Airlines.
It's Vince for Valor Roofing. This winter, don't wait for a leak to force your hand. If you've noticed water spots, damaged shingles, or granulars in the gutters, call Valor Roofing now. I've seen their work in person, and trust me, Valor is the best. This week only, save huge on your new Valor roof with 50% off materials and no interest until 2027. Plus, tell them Vince sent you for extra WMAL listener savings. Call Valor at 833-83-VALOR or valorhome.com.
I'm about to drop a huge secret. JCPenney is it for spring fashion. Spring everything, really. You go there looking for deals on the obvious. New spring towels and tees. You leave with those towels. They're legendary, honestly. And some new tees and shorts. But you also get designer fragrance, a trendy white dress, the cutest matching gym set, and that ice cream maker that's all over the feed. You know the one. So many deals. Exactly what you are and aren't looking for. Yes, JCPenney.
You've built a life, a career, a family, but maybe there's one goal you've been putting on hold. At Jefferson Community College, it's never too late to earn your college degree. With flexible programs, supportive faculty, and a campus close to home, Jefferson is built for busy adults, just like you. And now, through the SUNY Reconnect program, certain degrees can be earned tuition-free for eligible adults. Invest in yourself. Your future starts now at Jefferson Community College. Learn more at sunyjefferson.edu.
Making sense of your world. There are a lot of things that really tick me off. News Talk 105.9 WMAL. Making sense of the news.
Proud about would take you down and out, stay your way.
3811. Why would you vote not to sell defensive weapons to Israel? In other words, why would you do the work of Iran, Hamas, Hezbollah, and the Houthis? Terrorist organizations and terrorist states. Now, these specialized military bulldozers are used not to kill anybody, but to save lives. To save the lives of, among others, IDF soldiers. They're used to clear minefields. They're used to clear minefields. That's all they do. And that was part of the package, a significant part of the package that the Israelis wanted to purchase from us. 40 Democrats voted no. Every Republican voted yes, let them buy it, including Rand Paul. Kudos to Rand Paul. I salute you. I salute you. Now, of the 40 Democrats who voted no, 7 are Jewish. Now, I know this is confounding people who aren't Jewish, but it confounds me too. You don't have to be Jewish, not Jewish. Michael Bennett voted no. John Ossoff, who 4 years ago or 6 years ago ran, he's very pro-Israel. He voted no. Bernie Sanders, a Marxist POS. Brian Schatz, out of Hawaii, voted no. Adam Schiff, one of Swalwell's pals, voted no. Elisa Slotkin, who very much ran as a moderate Democrat, very much ran, as did the now governor of Virginia. Slotkin is a liar. She is a narcissist. She's a conniver, very much like the governor of Virginia. And by the way, if you're registered to vote in Virginia, you need to vote and vote no on that damn gerrymandering constitutional amendment. You can't let this stuff slide anymore. You got to get involved in it. Just a vote. That's all it takes. And Ron Wyden of Oregon. He's a freak, fraud, and a phony if there ever was one. Bennett, Ossoff, who's up for re-election. Sanders, Schatz, Schiff, Slotkin, who wants to be president, by the way. She's unqualified. And Wyden. That guy looks like he's been in a sci-fi movie or 5. Frightening freak there. Frightening. Fetterman voted with the Republicans. In fact, a handful of Democrats did, including Schumer. So this guy, Ro Khanna, this punk, this sleazeball, who went to Temple University Law School, as I did, I believe, and he moves out west. He holds a seat in and around Silicon Valley. And he ran as another moderate. All frauds, phonies, all of them. He's not going to vote for defensive weapons like with the Iron Dome to sell anything to Israel. Not these bulldozers, nothing. Now he is, of course, flipped, switched side. All of them have, almost all of them have, in the course of 2 or 4 years. Because the party's gone nuts. It's the party of Hassan Puker. It's the party of Hassan Puker. That's what it is. That's what it is. It's the party of the Islamo-Nazi regime in Tehran. It's the party of Hamas. It's the party of Hezbollah and the Houthis. In a sick way, that sounds like a band, doesn't it, Mr. Producer? Hezbollah and the Houthis? I don't know. Whatever. Not funny. That's what they did. I mean, I've got Adam Smith, a Democrat from Washington State, a complete loser, named after a great economist who wrote a great deal. Really, on and around when our nation was founded. Yeah. You've got Fetterman on CNN today. Here's
Fucker booted me. What the fuck?
In retirement, we need multiple sources of income to meet our needs. The 30+9 savings plan can turbocharge your income plan with its 30% deposit match and 9.5% guaranteed annual rate of return. Backed by a Fortune 100 company, the 30+9 plan provides safety, security, and peace of mind. It's something everyone should take a look at. For free information, call or text to 888-411-4130 or click this video to learn more.
If I do this, what will it do?
And brought them to their knees. They wouldn't like that either. Their party subsidized their nuclear program. Their party paved the way for them to get nuclear weapons. And here's Donald Trump. He's having to deal with what he inherited, a boat full of crap from these guys. And all they can do, if he moves in this direction, they attack him. If he moves in that direction, you got to be flexible. You got to be flexible in how you're dealing with these people and so forth and so on. My view is finish it. Finish them off. But look, I'm not the president. I didn't run for president. He's the president. And he's made pretty damn good decisions up to now, don't you think? So this backbencher, this clown, they just look for trouble. Go ahead.
Feel he can, or does it lead him to escalate? It's really hard to say. And certainly, he's not telling us the truth repeatedly. I mean,
he is telling us the truth. He wants a deal, and he wants an ironclad deal. And it just is a matter of whether you think this enemy, whether a deal can be enforced. He believes, depending on where he comes down, that it can be. Now, what do I mean, depending on where it comes down? That's the nature of negotiations. You know, some of us believe, I believe, give it 3, 4, 5 more weeks and they'll collapse. They'll certainly be much weaker. But he knows things that we don't know. And I trust the man to make the best judgment he can. I don't trust these guys, these lightweights, these losers. They're giving aid and comfort to the enemy. Every damn day they go on TV. Let's be honest. Medical costs, insurance, very high. Deductibles, premiums, very high. The credit cards, those people still have significant balances to pay off. It's hard to do, particularly with interest around 20%, give or take. And a lot of this is built up over time, really starting a few years back. If you have more than one card and you're going, I'm drowning, you're thinking, I'm going under, I'm drowning, I make a good salary, but I can't keep this up. I'm here to help you, and I'm serious about that. But the best company that can help you, American Financing. My friends at American Financing have a better way. They're helping homeowners just like you tap into their equity to pay off high interest debt with mortgage rates currently in the 5s. You consolidate all your debt into the refi, and they'll get you the best rate they can. On average, American Financing is saving their customers $800 a month. Think about having $10,000 a year, more than you have now. The other thing is much of this is tax deductible. That's right. It takes just 10 minutes to find out what you can save. 10 minutes, that's all. It's worth it. It's worth it. There are no upfront fees, no obligations to do anything. They'll just explain things to you. And you can talk to a salary-based mortgage consultant, not somebody who's going to get commission on how many people they sign up. No, they're salary-based no matter what. And I want to encourage you to check them out. Here's the kicker. Start today. You can even delay 2 mortgage payments. 2 mortgage payments. That's a big deal. American Financing is America's home for home loans. 888-900-1828. It's time. Give them a call. They don't have your number. You have to call them. 888-900-1828. 888-900-1828. Or visit AmericanFinancing.net.
NMLS 182334. NMLSConsumerAccess.org. APR rate for in the 5 start at 6.196% for well-qualified borrowers. Call 888-900-1828 for details about credit costs and terms.
All right. We'll be right back.
Mark Levin.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news. The WMAL Free Speech Forum is back. Don't miss out as all your favorite personalities make sense of the news, live and unfiltered. See Larry, Chris, Vince, and Derek during our signature event, Sunday, May 17th at the Birchmere. Tickets are on sale now at WMAL.com, and they will sell out fast. The WMAL Free Speech Forum, Sunday, May 17th at the Birchmere in Alexandria. From News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
In Stafford County, there's an accident that has the southbound lanes of Route 1 closed between Lay Hill Road and Manning Drive. And in Sterling, there's still an accident westbound on 7 at 28. So use caution there. Still a slow go right now, traveling on 95 southbound from Lorton in towards Woodbridge. But after that, delays have eased all the way in towards Fredericksburg. 395, you'll still find some slowing.
Hello?
Northbound between 110 and the 14th Street Bridge, and delays continue on the freeway between the 14th Street Bridge and the 3rd Street Tunnel. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, here's the WMAL Weather Channel forecast.
Tonight, mostly clear with lows around 60. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with highs around 80.
You've built a life, a career, a family, but maybe there's one goal you've been putting on hold. At Jefferson Community College, it's never too late to earn your college degree. With flexible programs, supportive faculty, and a campus close to home, Jefferson is built for busy adults, just like you. And now, through the SUNY Reconnect program, certain degrees can be earned tuition-free for eligible adults. Invest in yourself. Your future starts now at Jefferson Community College. Learn more at sunyjefferson.edu.
Imagine having complete clarity about your health, not just test results, but a clear plan.
Yeah, I got a haircut.
Today, body scans and lab tests are easy to access, but true peace of mind comes from understanding what they mean and what to do next.
At Princeton Longevity Center, we go beyond testing to deliver clarity, strategy, and physician-led care designed to help protect and extend your life.
Our patients work directly with board-certified physicians specializing in preventive and longevity medicine, not algorithms, not generic reports.
But real doctors who understand your history, your risks, and your goals.
Yes, we use advanced imaging and comprehensive diagnostics.
But what truly matters is what comes next.
We interpret the results,
connect the dots, and deliver a physician-led, personalized plan you can act on with confidence.
because information alone doesn't change outcomes.
Insight does.
At Princeton Longevity Center, your care doesn't end with a test.
It begins there.
Call 888-8000-PLC or visit PrincetonLongevityCenter.com. That's 888-8000-PLC.
If your patio, sidewalk, or driveway is cracked or uneven, if you've tripped or fallen as a result, or if you're worried about the liability of an uneven surface on your property, American Concrete Services can quickly help. Don't pay the high cost to tear out and replace your sidewalk, patio, driveway, or pool deck. American Concrete Services has an economical solution which can raise and stabilize your existing concrete at a fraction of the cost of full replacement. They're environmentally friendly structural foam. With structural foam lifting, there's no heavy equipment to cause damage to your property and no loud noises from jackhammering. Best of all, most repairs can be completed in just one day. Have your entire patio, sidewalk, or driveway safe and level again. No job is too big or small. Call American Concrete Services now for your free estimate at 240-665-5665. That's 240-665-5665. Again, 240-665-5665. Licensed in D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. MHIC 140530.
With Donald Trump back in office, one of his biggest adversaries, top Democrat Dick Durbin of Chicago, is leading the charge to derail President Trump's agenda at every turn. And now Senator Durbin has a new scheme, a government takeover of your credit card. Right now, Americans have thousands of credit card options, all with equal strong security. But Durbin's plan could result in less security. That means more risk for your credit, your identity, and your financial future. So Durbin's bill isn't about helping consumers. It's a giveaway to corporate megastores, which could shift costs onto you while putting your rewards and fraud protections in jeopardy. We've seen Durbin's failed policies before. His last big banking regulation backfired, leading to higher costs and fewer benefits for American families. Tell Republican senators, stop Durbin's government takeover of your credit card before it's too late. Learn more at guardyourcard.com. That's guardyourcard.com. Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
Making sense of your world.
Greatly appreciated.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
I love listening to you.
Making sense of the news.
I don't think I owe you anything, do I, Rich? Does he want to be rich or Richard? When she's mad, but I mean, Richard, right? Tom Barack is our ambassador to Turkey, and that's exactly right. He's a turkey. He's a disaster. absolute disaster, this guy. He's got a big mouth. He pops off. And he keeps endorsing and defending these authoritarian regimes, whether they're monarchies or dictatorships. And he's constantly trashing, of course, Israel and Netanyahu. But he's a skinhead. Literally, he's a skinhead. You know, he's bald, like me. I don't mean a Nazi. I mean a moron. He really is poison. And here he is at the Antalya Democracy Forum yesterday. Hat tip open source intel. Cut 3, go.
You can take the Gulf, and by the way, the Gulf countries are so good, and these beneficial monarchies worked. If you looked at the region, and again, I'll be criticized for saying this because it's anti-democratic. The only thing that's worked, the only thing, are these powerful leadership regimes. Either benevolent monarchies, the kind of a monarchical republic. Everything else, this Arab Spring just faded away and evaporated. Countries that have put on this cloak of democracy or that we've gone after for human rights have failed. So prosperity at the end, Israel aligning its interests with the Gulf, with these strong civilizations. I mean, Syria is one of the oldest civilizations in the world.
But you're not aligning with civilizations. You just said you're aligning with strongmen, dictators. Now, this guy, just so you understand, America, he's a lapdog for Erdogan in Turkey. And he's our guy. And so Turkey's a perfect example that had a wonderful democracy prior to Erdogan. Erdogan is a national socialist Islamist, get it? And he's destroyed that democracy that was created by Ataturk. He created a secular democracy. And Erdogan came in and destroyed it. Lebanon was a functioning democracy. It was a majority Christian country. They had an elected Christian president who was assassinated by Hezbollah at the direction of Iran. And now it's a majority Muslim country, about 37% of the population being Christian. Now, some countries can handle democracy and some can't. There's no question about that. But Turkey can. Lebanon could, and probably some of the others, but that's not the point, is it? So Israel, you see, has to figure out how it can align its interests with dictators. Now, it's already been doing that and trying to do that, of course. But why are you celebrating this? I'm going to get in trouble for saying this. He never gets in trouble. It's a big mouth. He never gets in trouble. But he does Erdogan's bidding, and you'll notice he brought up Syria. He does Syria's bidding under their new president, who about 3 seconds ago was a terrorist. And he complained bitterly when Netanyahu sent the IDF in there to protect the Christians. He said it was provocative. They were bombing Syria. And Netanyahu said, bombing Syria? We're trying to protect the Christians, the Druze, and other minorities there. If we don't do it, who's going to do it? That's this guy, Tom Barak. I'm going to get in trouble if I say this. No, you won't. No, you won't. Another guy tight with Qatar, tight with Turkey. It's amazing how some of these guys love these dictatorships, is it not, Rich? They get along with them because they can sit with one guy who snaps his fingers and something gets done. Unlike our system, you can snap your fingers all you want. People start dancing. They think you want music. You don't get a lot done. Certainly not that fast. But nobody pays attention to this guy, but he is a wrecking ball. Nobody here pays attention to him, but he's a wrecking ball in my view, overseas. I'm not a fan, not in the least. I don't believe in giving aid and comfort to Erdogan. To Erdogan. Or some of these other knuckleheads. Well, congratulations, New Jersey. You have a new Congress, Marxist Islamist. You know that Nikki Sherrill, she won her Mikey, Mickey, who cares? She's the governor now. Another loser, another disaster. And guess who replaced her? A complete nut job. And now, Elia Mejia. She's the winner in a heavy Democrat district. And I understand, America, that there's a lot of Jewish people in this district. And she hates Israel. And she cottons up immediately to the Hamas wing of the Democrat Party. Don't ask me to explain this. Don't ask me to explain this. It's disgusting. I'll be right back.
For those with type 2 diabetes or high blood pressure, you may be missing a hidden signal from your kidneys, an SOS for an increased risk of cardiovascular events like heart attack or stroke. The mission? Detect the SOS. Start at detectthesos.com. Learn how a simple UACR urine test can help identify kidney damage early. Talk to your doctor about getting screened. Go to detectthesos.com to learn more about UACR urine testing today. Brought to you by Boehringer Ingelheim Pharmaceuticals, Inc. Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, you're not alone. Most importantly, you don't have to live with it. True Vitality Medical Center restores men's sex lives in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, even when Viagra and Cialis don't work. Here's Dr. Simovitz, specialist in men's health.
True Vitality Medical Center's painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. 98% of patients see instant results right in the office.
Men are now lasting longer than they ever imagined. And the best part, at True Vitality Medical Center, your consultation and first treatment are free. Qualified patients even get their testosterone checked free. Call 703-637-1222. 703-637-1222. Take control of your sex life. Call now. 703-637-1222.
WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station. Making sense of the news. News Talk 105.9. News now.
WMAL News at 7. I'm Heather Curtis. Montgomery County residents who spoke out against the proposed property and income tax hikes in the county executive's budget proposal were heard by Council President Natalie Fani Gonzalez. She pitched a new budget proposal today.
Household budgets are stretched thin, and we cannot add to their burden by raising their taxes in this budget, as the county executive proposed.
Her proposal eliminates the 6.3 cent property tax increase and makes an income tax hike progressive. She says it will also target strategic savings spread proportionally across county agencies, including smaller raises for county employees. And we just moments ago got a response from County Executive Mark Elrich. He says he was quite surprised by the dramatic changes, but is reviewing the proposal and expects more analysis next week. But he says some of the things included in it, including the elimination of the homeowner tax credit, could cost some homeowners more in property taxes. It's budget time in Prince William County, too, and the school board has a big beef with the Board of Supervisors.
County revenues have grown because of data centers, and we share in those county revenues. The longstanding 30-year agreement, 57% of all county revenues go to schools.
School Board Chair Dr. Barbara Lateef, but the Board of Supervisors, according to Lateef, is changing the terms on the fly, and that means cuts to school operations like pay raises and various programs.
They have enormous bloat and administrative costs on the county side that they cannot balance their budget without stealing from the schools.
Lateef planned discussing the deal in summer.
But at this time, it's not anything I'm willing to discuss in the summer if they're going to do this in the middle of the night and take money from children by blindsiding the community and breaking public trust.
Scotland on WMAL and WMAL.com.
A day after D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser declared a mayoral emergency to reinstate the expired law allowing the police chief to set up juvenile curfew zones, 4 more are announced for the weekend. The police chief has set an 8 p.m. curfew tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday at the Navy Yard, which has seen violent teen takeovers on many recent weekends, in addition to RFK, Noma, and Tacoma. People 17 and younger are prohibited from gathering in groups of 9 or more in these neighborhoods, with some exceptions. A bill to ban all police officers from wearing masks in Montgomery County gets a step closer to becoming law. A county council committee unanimously passed an amended Unmask ICE Act today. The changes make it consistent with and complementary to similar legislation passed by state lawmakers this session. They include an ID requirement and creation of an online portal for cops and residents to report alleged violations. If passed by the full council next week, the bill would sunset when the state legislation goes into effect in October. HHS Secretary RFK Jr. grilled during a congressional hearing today about whether he feels President Trump's mentally stable, following Truth Social posts saying an entire civilization will die and an image many say depicted him as Jesus.
Millions of Americans are now wondering if this president is delusional and thinks he is Jesus Christ.
Democratic Congressman Mark Takano asks Kennedy if he'd vote to invoke the 25th Amendment to remove President Trump if he fails a cognitive exam.
Hasn't been a president who's more. Mr. Secretary, my question is, would you vote to invoke the 25th Amendment?
When asked if the president should undergo a cognitive exam, Kennedy said, absolutely not. A bagging cart at BWI was abuzz with activity today as a swarm of about 20,000 honeybees took up residence there. A beekeeper donned in protective gear captured the bees and safely relocated them. Traffic and weather next.
Breaking news for your home. Wayday. Wayfair's big sale is almost here, and you can score the best deals in home, like up to 80% off everything home. Yes, you heard that right. 80% off with free shipping on everything. Plus surprise flash deals all way day long. We're talking outdoor furniture and essentials, rugs, and more. All at Wayfair, and all up to 80% off during Wayday. Shop Wayfair's Wayday from April 25th through 27th.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
With VerboCare, help is always ready, before, during, and after your stay. We've planned for the plot twists, so support is always available. Because a great trip starts with peace of mind.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
Designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Here's Michelle Murphy in the Hattee Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
Traffic still heavy right now on the GW Parkway northbound between Turkey Run and the Beltway, and southbound you'll find delays between Spout Run and the 14th Street Bridge. On George Avenue southbound between Missouri Avenue and Kennedy Street northwest, that is closed due to police activity. You will still find some slowing traffic on the Beltway Interloop between the Georgetown Pike and the Claver Barton Parkway, and from Old Georgetown Road heading towards New Hampshire Avenue, more delays from Route 1 in College Park headed towards Kenilworth Avenue, and the outer loop still heavy from the Eisenhower Avenue connector to the Wilson Bridge. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, here's a WMAL Weather Channel forecast.
Tonight, mainly clear, 60, 50s outside the Beltway. 88 tomorrow, sunshine around. Cold front coming through, showers lingering into early Sunday afternoon, with a high only 63. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Staging, WMAL.
Right now, 79 degrees at Reagan National. I'm Heather Curtis on WMAL.
Now on 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app. Mark Levin.
From the underground command post, deep in the bowels of a hidden bunker, somewhere under the brick and steel of a nondescript building, we've once again made contact with our leader, Mark Levin.
Hello, America. Mark Levin here. Our number, 877-381-3811. Help, 877-381-3811. Welcome to the program. By the way, you'll notice last Saturday and now forevermore, at least when I'm in one studio versus another, I have on my lapel, people ask me all the time, when I'm in Virginia, I wear one jacket. When I'm in Florida, I wear another, so I don't have to bring them back and forth. And so the blazer I have, they're obviously navy blue. On my right is on the blazer is a pin. It's a very rare pin that John Wayne would give to particularly stupendous employees. And it's 18 karat gold with a little bit of diamond work around it. So I grabbed that at an auction and I wear that on my right lapel. And you will see a new American flag on my left lapel. It's the biggest damn one I could find. And you'll see red, white, and blue, of course. Now, the red, white, and blue, the red are little rubies, the blue little sapphires, and the white little diamonds. And so the way the flag is made, it's called invisible or mysteria jewelry. It was famous under Van Cleef and Arpels. And I don't know that I've ever told you this, America, but I have a hobby. I have a couple hobbies, but I do have a particular hobby. Gems. Gemstones. They don't have to be that valuable. In fact, they can be rudimentary. But I find it fascinating. Faceted. Not minerals, faceted gemstones. And I've been collecting them for like 30 years now, 25, 30 years. And then I trade them for others and so forth. So I'll get really exotic ones, grandiorites, things of that sort. And I've had some of the best in the world, and I've traded them for other things. There are two types of gems in particular that are really, really cool. And I started collecting them when they weren't even well known or that valuable. Brazilian alexandrites. You can Google these things, but you're beautiful, fantastic.
Oh, mosquito.
And Paraibas, particularly Brazilians. Very, very expensive now, for sure. But I've got a zillion of them. Just basic stones, for instance, that I like to look at and research. Sometimes I get lab certificates about them. And so when this flag was available, I got it as quickly as I could. And so you'll see it. If you haven't seen it yet, you'll see it on Saturday and Sunday show on Life, Liberty, and Levin, because it's on my left lapel. That's where the hand goes over the heart. And it's really cool. I've been waiting for it for a while. It's really cool. I think you're going to see it. I think you're going to agree it's really cool, too. Mr. Producer, have you seen it yet? Isn't it awesome? I'm like almost a rapper. You know, I can put my hat on backwards, wear my sweatshirt, do all kinds of stuff. Here's the other thing. As I do the Liberty's Voice podcast, I hope you're loving it. I hope you're watching it. It's on Rumble. It's on YouTube. It's absolutely free. Now, normally what I'll do is I'll wear a sweatshirt and khakis or a sweatshirt and sweatpants. That's what I do. So when I do my Fox show, or now when I do Liberty's Voice, you know, I have to clean it up. So I'll wear a nice dress shirt. But I refuse to wear a tie unless I have to. Like if I'm interviewing the President of the United States, the Prime Minister of Israel, something like that, I'll wear a tie out of respect. But I basically started this trend on Fox where I don't wear a tie. And more people have done that too over the years. Because ties are the dumbest thing ever. It's like women wearing nylons, you know, that's kind of stupid too, don't you think, Rich? Now, guys wearing nylons, that's a whole nother thing that I don't even want to think about. But it's like, now the woman can't be that comfortable in those damn things, can they? And they're always ripping. I got to get into that business. That's a big deal. But I don't like wearing ties. Now, if it's a special occasion, I'll wear it and so forth. My wife loves it when I'm all dressed up and wear a tie. She says, you're so handsome. She's a sweetie pie. But my normal day, you know, and when it gets hot out and so, I wear shorts and a t-shirt. That's it. Short pants and a t-shirt. And sneakers. Always sneakers. But I love this flag. It's just so cool. So when you're watching tomorrow night or Sunday night, or both, I hope, check it out on the left there. I don't make a big fuss out of it on TV, but man, I'd love to. It is big, and it's fairly valuable. I really love it. All right. Now you know more than you need to know. So this woman wins this special election in New Jersey. I didn't lose my place. A lot of people don't like New Jersey. I like New Jersey a lot. No, I don't like the politicians. No, I can't stand the taxes. That's not what I'm talking about. They've got the best restaurants over there. I mean, the best delicatessens in particular. They're just unbelievable. Unbelievable. I really like it a lot. And they have some of the best bagels around. They do. I did a little test with a buddy of ours, and my wife's cousin Danny brings bagels in from New York. He says that these are the best. Okay. And I go down, I guess it's Route 17, and I go to this bagel place. It's the third one down. There's so many of them. And I think Koreans run this thing, or somebody does like that. I don't remember. And they are great. You know, I'm from Philly. We have great bagels there, you know, delis. And I said, these are the best bagels I've ever had, ever. I don't know what they're doing. I don't want to know what they're doing. So we have a bagel off. You know what a bagel off is, Mr. You have one bagel and another bagel, and you tried it. And of course, I won. I didn't win anything, but you know, unbelievable, this bagel. I'm not telling you where it is because I don't want everybody going there. Plus, I don't remember the name anyway. Anyway, New Jersey, this woman, Anal, Alila. Anal Alila. I like it, Rich. Anal Alila. And her last name is Mejia, M-E-G-J-I-A. Now, I don't want to offend people because we have some fantastic migrants in this country. They come up to me. They're conservatives. They come to my book signing. A lot of conservatives, obviously, out of Iran, a lot of conservatives out of Nigeria and so forth and so on. But I also find the most radical left-wing kooks, not all, but too many, have names I can't pronounce. You understand what I'm saying? Names I can't pronounce. And she's one of them. She won this race. And here's what she had to say. Cut 7, go.
And now you throw in a war that's creating economic and political instability. Folks are fired up and they're disgusted by a president, frankly, who has the audacity, think about it. We have a president who will tweet genocidal intent.
Shut up, you idiot. Shut up. You jerk. She is a Marxist Islamist. I'm proud of it. Proud of it. Look what we're sending to Congress, for God's sakes. Marxists and Islamists. The hell's going on in my country? I'll be right back.
Breaking news for your home. Wayday. Wayfair's big sale is almost here, and you can score the best deals in home, like up to 80% off everything home. Yes, you heard that right. 80% off with free shipping on everything. Plus surprise flash deals all Wayday long. We're talking outdoor furniture and essentials, rugs, and more. All at Wayfair, and all up to 80% off during Wayday. Shop Wayfair's Wayday from April 25th through 27th.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Can I take your coat?
Oh, you noticed? Yeah, I found it on eBay from a seller in Vegas. Pre-loved and perfect. She listed it and jackpot. Italian leather, classic trench silhouette. And did you see the braided buckle?
Hang on to your claim ticket.
Oh, I'll hang on to this forever. Have you been on eBay? There's so many finds. And I bet that diving watch would sell fast. Just saying. Find what you love, sell what you don't. eBay. Things people love.
For those with type 2 diabetes or high blood pressure, you may be missing a hidden signal from your kidneys, an SOS for an increased risk of cardiovascular events like heart attack or stroke. The mission? Detect the SOS. Start at detectthesos.com. Learn how a simple UACR urine test can help identify kidney damage early. Talk to your doctor about getting screened. Go to detectthesos.com to learn more about UACR urine testing today. Brought to you by Boehringer Ingelheim Pharmaceuticals, Inc.
In today's fast-moving job market, staying ahead means keeping your skills sharp. At University of Maryland Global Campus, we help keep your capabilities cutting edge with our skills-based education programs designed to move your career forward. Explore more than 135 degrees and certificates in business, cybersecurity, and more. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start May 13th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chef.
As a young adult at this point in your life, you probably have a lot of questions. Like, what's next? What does my future hold? The thing is, there's no right answer, only your answer. Your friendships, experiences, and purpose. It's all your choice. So what will you choose? As you make choices about the future, the military can be a resource for information to help bring a fulfilling path into focus. A public service message from the Department of Defense. To learn more, visit todaysmilitary.com.
At Arizona State University, we've made online education better, smarter, and more personalized, so you can go further in your aspiring field.
I decided to pursue medicine once I realized that ASU did have the online program for biological sciences. You're still required to learn the same curriculum. You're still being tested on the same content that anyone would be tested on in person. The comprehensiveness of the program prepared me so well for medical school.
Explore over 350 plus programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
My name is Christine, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, was a healthy 34-year-old, and 3 months later, he was gone. Thankfully, he had life insurance. Ethos made it so easy. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. 100% online, no medical exam. Life insurance didn't take away the loss, but it did give us the space to just grieve.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/save. Ethos.com/save.
Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Last month, my business cash flow got tight. Sales were slow. Invoices were late. And payroll was coming fast. My business is everything, and people rely on me. I can't let them down. I applied online at lendseek.com and had business funding in 24 hours.
Business moves fast. Don't wait until it's too late. Whether it's lines of credit, term loans, working capital funding, or revenue-based financing, LendSeek is open for business. Apply now at lendseek.com.
The reason why liberals hate this show. But listen anyway.
Making sense of your world.
I agree with everything you're saying.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
My heart just breaks for what's going on.
Making sense of the news.
They're in the house. Crazy. Rich reminds me last time I left them in on the garbage can in the garage. It's crazy. I've checked everywhere. Looked through the kitchen, every bathroom. I don't even know why I did that. Look in the weirdest places. Sometimes I'm actually wearing them looking for them. No, I haven't gotten there yet. Don't worry. But it's just very weird. My wife's good at finding glasses, so maybe she'll find them. So I'm wearing my old ones, which means I can't see great, but I can still see better with them, obviously, than without them. Let's see here. Why won't John Ossoff condemn Hassan Piker? Now, who's John Ossoff? Outside of Georgia, nobody knows who he is. He's a senator from Georgia. He's a radical left-wing trust fund baby, and the guy keeps winning. Either we're putting up bad candidates or something's going on in Georgia. Oh, yeah. A couple of weeks ago, writes PJ Media, Chris Queen, I wrote about how disgusting anti-Semitic Hassan Piker gave his predictions for the 2020 presidential race. The hipster dweeb is high on Senator John Ossoff. Jewish, by the way. Did I mention that? I don't see why, because trust me, Ossoff hasn't done anything for Georgians, much less the country as a whole, and he sure as heck doesn't have any personality or charisma. A lot of money, though. He didn't earn it. There are plenty of reasons to work hard to get Ossoff out of office, but knowing that he rates high in Piker's mind just makes it more urgent to send him packing. Oh, yeah. Some of these people are so horrid. They're so horrid. And there's Piker, who's a Jew hater, America hater, a 9/11 celebrator, and he backs this guy. And that should be the kiss of death, right? But it's not. But it's not. It's crazy. I mean, Bernie Sanders shouldn't be elected dog catcher. He's a horrendous human being, if he's even that. Horrendous. From Vermont. Now, we love Vermont here. The conservatives in Vermont. We certainly don't like all the Marxists in Vermont. I mean, Vermont is basically a county. No offense. Basically a county in most states. What do they have in Vermont? Do you even know, Mr. Producer? They have maple syrup. I guess skiing, snow. No offense, but what the hell is in Vermont? If you're in Vermont, we know we're in Burlington and so forth. Give us a call. I don't know. I'm not making. What is in Vermont? And obviously, you have a bunch of tree huggers. You got a bunch of reds up there. But what is in Vermont? I think of Vermont, I think of, some guy in a cabin, making a hole in the ice, catching a fish. And he goes back to the cabin.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. Isn't that what you think of, Mr. Producer? Maybe it's romantic. Not romantic that way. Romanticized. Writing a poem maybe or two. Roses are red. Writing a poem. I don't, I'm sure there's quaint towns. I've always wanted to go to some of the general stores and the diners and so on. But I'd be surrounded by liberals. Couldn't eat my breakfast. I'd be surrounded by liberals. And by the way, I'm one of those people who can spot a liberal from 100 miles away. I've only been wrong a handful of times. You ever sit at the airport? Your plane's delayed, you got nothing to do, you want to act like you're looking at something, and you watch the people go by. You ever do that, Rich? You're people watching, exactly. But I'm liberal watching. That's right. And usually I can tell by the hair, the clothing, what kind of animal they have with them, if any animal. And I mean, I don't go up and say, are you a liberal? But if they come up to me, I know they're not. I can do that for hours, by the way. As long as I have a sandwich and a Diet Coke, I can do that for hours. Look at this guy walking. Now, here's the problem with that, though. I was very wrong once. Two wonderful friends of ours. Two great friends of ours. One passed away, and we miss him desperately. Teddy. Married to a wonderful lady, a doctor. He was a top-notch cardiologist, and she's a great pediatrician, Linda. And my wife knew them before I did, well before. And he was as solid as a rock. Mr. Conservative, as is she. And they are fantastic human beings. We love them very much. But if you're just sitting there at the airport watching them walk by, you go, okay, that's a liberal, that's a liberal. You would just guess that, right? And you'd be dead wrong. They were very hip. They are very hip. He had his own band. He played the guitar. Bob Dylan fan, all that. So you go, okay, we got a hippie here. But no, solid as a rock, hilarious, wonderful. We miss him horribly, as is his wife, as are their kids. If Haley's listening. They're like family. So I was wrong about that one, but I'm mostly right. Jonathan Turley's doing great work, by the way. Great work. He's become a good friend. He's a fantastic lawyer and author. I'm just a huge fan. I may have to carry this subject over the bottom of the hour because it's important. And he writes, quote, F it, just do it, unquote, Carville. This guy, James Carville, I don't know. If I saw him on the street, I'd cross the street as quickly as I could. He looks like he just looks the part. You know what I mean, Mr. Producer? It's like, oh, good. This guy escaped from a mental institution. Oof. The stench. Look at his eyes bugging out of his head. Look at the teeth falling out of his face. This guy's just, hey, over there. Oh, sorry. Various Democrats have been openly discussing their plans of what? To add states and pack the Supreme Court in order to retain power forever. We've talked about this, haven't we? Because this is the plan, among other things. They're talking about it openly. And as Turley points out, Carville's been one of the most vocal. And we returned to the subject this week, laying out how they will make D.C. and Puerto Rico states and pack the Supreme Court with a liberal majority. Because these people are totalitarians. I've told you before, to understand the Democrats, you just think about power. They're obsessed with power. They will do anything for power. The country can go to hell. The institutions can go to hell. I want to pursue this with you when we return. It's important. I'll be right back. You know, folks, I've been working with Pure Talk for 6 years now. Boy, time flies. I wanted to work with a wireless company that shares my values. Pure Talk is a veteran-led company, so helping veterans is their North Star. Now, they've donated over $500,000 to America's Warrior Partnership, a fantastic organization that is on the front lines of helping to prevent veteran suicide. And Pure Talk's creating American jobs with a U.S.-only workforce. Sure to be a lot cheaper to send jobs overseas like other companies do, but they're committed to delivering the best experience possible for their customers here in the United States. And yes, I love Pure Talk's service. They give you the same towers, same network, same 5G coverage as one of the big guys, but for a fraction of the price. And I choose to do business with a company that shares my values, your value, helping support veterans every single day and creating American jobs. How about you? Now, pound 250. And say Mark Levin to switch to Pure Talk. That's pound 250, pound 250. Say Mark Levin to switch to my wireless company, America's wireless company, Pure Talk.
You will still find some delays on the inner loop heading from the Georgetown Pike towards the Clara Barton Parkway and some slowing from Connecticut Avenue to George Avenue. Brief delays through the Greenbelt area. Traveling on the outer loop, look for delays from Telegraph Road to the Wilson Bridge and some slowing from River Road towards the Captain John Parkway. In Falmouth, a portion of Route 1 remains closed southbound between Lay Hill Road and Manning Drive due to an accident, and some slowing traffic on 95 between Lorton and Woodbridge on the southbound side. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, here's a WMAL Weather Channel forecast.
Tonight, mostly clear with lows around 60. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with highs around 80.
In today's fast-moving job market, staying ahead means keeping your skills sharp. At University of Maryland Global Campus, we help keep your capabilities cutting edge with our skills-based education programs designed to move your career forward. Explore more than 135 degrees and certificates in business, cybersecurity, and more. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start May 13th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by SHAP.
For those with type 2 diabetes or high blood pressure, you may be missing a hidden signal from your kidneys, an SOS for an increased risk of cardiovascular events like heart attack or stroke. The mission? Detect the SOS. Start at detectthesos.com. Learn how a simple UACR urine test can help identify kidney damage early. Talk to your doctor about getting screened. Go to detectthesos.com to learn more about UACR urine testing today. Brought to you by Boehringer Ingelheim Pharmaceuticals, Inc.
Making sense of your money, the state of the economy, the ability to afford your life. That's what people want.
WMAL's Vince Colonnese, weekdays at noon.
The kind of thing I pay attention to, I'm looking at.
News Talk 105.9. WMAL, making sense of the news.
This is my new best friend, Esther. She might look like any normal, playful puppy, but Esther's being raised to become a canine companions for independence assistance dog for a person with a disability. To get there, she needs lots of loving care and attention, plenty of exercise, and good eating habits so that she can live a long and healthy life for her future family. Visit cci.org or call 1-800-572-BARK. Raise a puppy, change a life. You can make a world of difference in the life of a person with a disability.
Not planning today can cost you tomorrow. Stop worrying and start planning with Trajan Wealth. Contact Trajan today at 202-750-3300 or go to TrajanWealth.com. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement.
How's it going? I'm having a stroke. Are you going to shake my hand? I'm having a stroke. Wow, you're not even moving your arm. I'm having a stroke.
When someone is having a stroke, they may not be able to say it with words, but their body language will tell you loud and clear. Look for FAST. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911 immediately. Know the sudden signs. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
Harvey, it's selfie time. Ooh, nice new iPhone 17, Zoe. With the center stage front camera, everyone fits in the shot.
At T-Mobile, you can get iPhone 17 on them.
Amazing, but switching takes forever.
Not at T-Mobile. You can switch in just 15 minutes. Okay, let's try a prom pose. I'm in front.
Okay, big eyes, full lips, time to focus.
Oh, I'm crazy-eyed.
Okay, it's okay, retake.
Smile, get a new iPhone 17 on us, and right now we'll pay off your old phone up to $800.
Making sense of your world.
I agree with you 100%.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
There's a lot of us out there
making sense of the news.
On top of first class care, you will never receive a bill. The only thing we had to worry about was just keeping Azalea comfortable. St. Jude saved her life.
Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
WMAL.
Mark Levin, radio's hell-raising intellectual. Call now, 877-381-3811.
Let me tell you about monetary gold. We love monetary gold here. Let me ask you something. If a family made $52,000 a year and they spent over $73,000 a year, and if that family was more than $1 million in debt already, what would you call that? You would call it insolvent, right? It appears that's exactly what the U.S. Treasury admitted in its own financial report the other day. So what happens next? We know what happens next. They can't control this. More money printing, more pressure on savers and retirees. That's right. Fewer options for people who planned ahead. And of course, if you live in a blue state, more and more taxes and taxes and then taxes. But Washington isn't going to protect your purchasing power. You have to do this yourself. You, as the individual, you have to do it yourself. You need to protect your paycheck, your pension, your savings. And you do it through diversification. Diversification, that's the key.
Okay.
That's the secret. That's why for decades, investors have turned to physical gold and silver, real money, with no countervailing risk, none. I work with Monetary Gold because they're the best. I've been around a little while. I know the best when I see the best. They explain everything up front, every fee, every option, before you move a single dollar. They want you to know how this works. And they want you to be a regular customer. No pressure, just information. Call Monetary Gold. You're thinking it's Friday evening. They're not there. Oh, they're there. Call Monetary Gold. Here's the special number. 877-NOW-GOLD. Simple. You're not going to be pressured. No. I want you to call them so you can get the free gold and silver guide. 877-NOW-GOLD. 877-NOW-GOLD or visit marklovesgold.com. marklovesgold.com. But ask them, this evening's the perfect time for the free gold and silver guide. It's enormously popular. And it's been the most popular such guide in over a quarter of a century. That's 877-NOW-GOLD or go to marklovesgold.com. I wouldn't mislead you. These guys are the best for diversifying and you may want to just start gathering information, and you can get that free gold and silver guide. Call them and ask for it. Don't wait for the next crisis headline. Get help to protect yourself now. The government's not going to be there. You've got to plan for this through diversification. 877 now gold. Performance may vary. Should always consult your financial and tax professional. Yeah, we love monetary gold here. Love it, love it. Let's go to this piece by our friend Jonathan Turley. Various Democrats have been openly discussing their plans after retaking power to change the system so they never lose power again. Yeah. Democratic strategist James Carville has been one of the most vocal and returned to the subject this week and laying out how they will make D.C. and Puerto Rico states and pack the Supreme Court with a liberal majority. I've been warning people about this. On his podcast with Al Hunt, another loser, Carville explained, quote, if the Democrats win the presidency in both houses of Congress, I think on day one, they should make Puerto Rico and D.C. a state, and they should expand the Supreme Court to 13. F it. Eat our dust. The guy has a very severe brain injury, but nonetheless. Notably this week, New Jersey just elected a radical new member, Analilia Mejia, who ran on packing the court and other radical agenda items. These people are not hiding it. It's just not a change of policy. They want to destroy our republic, folks. They want to destroy our republic for their power, for their benefit. While some of us have written about the expansion of the court, these politicians and pundits are pushing for the packing, not just gradually expanding, of the court. But Carville, curiously on national podcast, seriously suggested the Democrats should keep the plan quiet. Don't run on it. Don't talk about it. Just do it, he said in broken English and with his usual illiteracy. Call it the Nike School of Constitutional Law. The need of the left to pack the Supreme Court is obvious. Many of the proposals coming from the left are clearly unconstitutional. You'll need a partisan majority to make the political changes that these figures hope will give the Democrats a lock on power for years and years to come. Years ago, Harvard professor Michael Klarman laid out a radical agenda to change the system to guarantee Republicans, quote, will never win another election, unquote. Look at these bastards. It's just unbelievable. They don't want to play fair. They just want to destroy. But he warned that the Supreme Court could strike down everything I just described, quote unquote. Therefore, the court must be packed in advance to allow these changes to occur. Likewise, Carville previously explained how this process of pack the court power plan would work. Quote, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. A Democrat's going to be elected in 2028. You know that. I know that. The Democratic president is going to announce a special transition advisory committee on the reform of the Supreme Court. They're going to recommend that the number of Supreme Court justices go from 9 to 13. That's going to happen, people. Where's Mary Madeline, his wife? I haven't seen her in years. Have you, folks? Good lady. She could smack him quiet. The push for court packing and war chests on the left remains unchanged despite conservatives on the court ruling against the administration on major cases. Carville and others cannot claim that the conservative justices are robotically voting with the administration. It doesn't matter. They want a court that will consistently uphold the changes being planned by Democratic strategists. And I think this in a big way is what has intimidated these justices on things like birthright citizenship. I really do. I think this is part of the problem. Well, we'll see if it's a problem. It hasn't happened yet. The fact that these changes would come after the 250th anniversary of the most successful democratic system in history is a crushing irony, writes Turley. But it's notable that the Democrats want Congress and the courts to push through these changes, not the public. You see, the public remains opposed to court packing and making D.C. a state. That's why Carville wants candidates to keep quiet on the plan and run like Virginia's Abigail Scamberger, a fake moderate. Then as in Virginia, they can move to fundamentally change districts and rules to guarantee their hold on power. I mean, she is so wicked. She is so wicked. The mentality is summed up by NEA President Becky Pringle. I hate Pringles. Do you like Pringles, Mr. Producer? You do? Well, there you go. The question is whether rage politics can convince a people to destroy a very democratic system that has brought centuries of stability and prosperity. Yeah, don't underestimate half the nation, or at least enough of the nation, that would go for this farce. Absolutely 100%. No, they would. And they're for it. They don't care. If you don't teach history, if you don't teach the Declaration and the Constitution, if you don't teach who the founders really were and the framers really were, if you don't teach the philosophy that undergird both, then people have nothing to hang on to. And if you don't teach them in a way that celebrates them, instead of trashing them, again, people have nothing to hold on to. The moorings are gone. And this is the plan. This is very much the plan. Disaster. Let's see here. Here's another one. Who is Representative Takano? Representative Takano, Democrat of California, at a hearing with Robert Kennedy today. We've got to move fast. I got a lot and we're running out of time. Listen to this jerk. Cut 9, go.
Do you share their concerns about his mental health?
I want to call your attention to the last line of that.
Mr. Secretary, my question was, do you share their concerns about his mental health?
I want to call your attention.
Mr. Secretary, you're not being responsible. Apparently not reclaiming my time, Mr. Secretary. Mr. Secretary, reclaiming my time. Mr. Chairman, direct the witness. It's my time, Mr. Secretary. You're not being responsive, and apparently you don't share their concerns. We are a nation at war, Mr. Secretary. We need a commander-in-chief.
Don't you despise these bastards? I mean, seriously, go ahead.
His mental faculties and is emotionally stable.
He doesn't have his mental faculties, and he's not emotionally stable. Yeah, right. He's running circles around these morons, isn't he? On policy, on politics, on all kinds of substance, running circles around these fools. That's why they want to change the system. Because of Trump, not because he's dangerous, because he's effective. They've never seen anything like him. None of us have. He's a whirling dervish. He's incredible. They want to change the system so we can all be left-wing kook Marxist Islamists. Yeah, change the system. I told you, they want to use liberty to destroy liberty. They want to use the Constitution to destroy the Constitution. That's who they are. That's what they are. They're not patriots. They don't have a deep belief and love for this country. They simply don't, or they wouldn't do what they do. But that's what they do. I'll be right back.
Mark Levin.
Start your day with America in the Morning.
I'm John Trout, your host. Our staff of correspondents provide a fast-paced look at the world from Washington,
Wall Street,
Chicago,
and Portland.
Let's get to your business report now.
On Wall Street, new all-time highs this morning.
Lots to get to in sports.
And the last two unbeaten teams of this season fell. That's Monday Sports.
Politics, entertainment, business, and weather.
America in the Morning.
Fresh each day.
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
For those with type 2 diabetes or high blood pressure, you may be missing a hidden signal from your kidneys, an SOS for an increased risk of cardiovascular events like heart attack or stroke. The mission? Detect the SOS. Start at detectthesos.com. Learn how a simple UACR urine test can help identify kidney damage early. Talk to your doctor about getting screened. Go to detectthesos.com to learn more about UACR urine testing today. Brought to you by Boehringer Ingelheim Pharmaceuticals, Inc.
Get a jump on next summer with Vrbo's early booking deals. Don't wait to claim your dream summer spot, whether that includes a good porch swing or a poolside lounger. When you book early, you get the best places at the best prices. But back to poolside loungers. With Vrbo, you don't have to reserve any loungers. They're all yours. In fact, the whole private home is yours. Book with early booking deals, and you can lounge around all summer long however you please. Book with Vrbo.
Making sense of your morning.
Lots of coverage here on that developing story.
O'Connor and Company. Weekday mornings from 5 to 9.
Larry O'Connor here getting you through your morning.
Making sense of Washington.
Asking some very specific questions, some legitimate questions.
Making sense of the double standard.
And here's the latest example.
Making sense of the headlines.
Let me break it down for you, because there's plenty to break down here.
O'Connor and Company with Larry O'Connor. Mornings from 5 to 9. News Talk 105.9. WMAL. Making sense of the news.
Ready to discover your new favorite spot? At sweetdeals.com, we help you save with amazing local businesses. Save more, explore more, and uncover hidden gems. Visit sweetdeals.com today.
Now, if a family made $52,000 a year and spent over $73,000 and was already more than $1 million in debt, what would you call that? I call that insolvent. Well, that's exactly what the U.S. Treasury admitted the other day in its own official report. So what happens next? More money printing, more pressure on savers and retirees. Washington isn't going to protect your purchasing power. You have to do that yourself. That's why for decades, investors have turned to physical gold and silver, real money with no counterparty risk. Now, I work with Monetary Gold because they explain everything up front, every fee, every option before you move a single dollar. And there's no pressure. So call Monetary Gold right now, 877-NOW-GOLD, or visit marklovesgold.com. Ask for their free gold and silver guide. That's 877-NOW-GOLD or marklovesgold.com. Don't wait for the next crisis headline. Get help to protect yourself right away with diversification. Performance may vary. You should always consult your financial and tax professional. I'd like to tell you about a man named Phineas, who as a child survived the Holocaust. Phineas survived because Christians hid him from the Nazis, risking everything to save his life. Today he's in his 80s. He can no longer stand on his own or leave his home to receive medical care. And when sirens sound and missiles fall, he doesn't have time or strength to reach safety. But once again, Christians are helping save his life. Through the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews, a mobile clinic brings doctors and medicine right to his home, providing care he wouldn't receive, especially in wartime. As Israel's Holocaust Remembrance Day approaches, we honor survivors like Phineas, not just with words, but with action. Please give $45, a tax-deductible gift right now, to the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews to rush life-saving essentials to the most vulnerable under fire in the Holy Land. Call 844-866-IFCJ, 844-866-IFCJ, or online at levinforthefellowship.org. That's Levin for thefellowship.org.
Making sense of your world.
Thank you for what you do.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
You give me hope.
Making sense of the news.
All right. We'd be here. History is unfolding right before our eyes with our great president. He delivers a lot, doesn't he? He fights the same people we want him to fight. He has to overcome a lot. He does it because he loves the country. He loves we the people. And our system relies on millions and millions of us to back him up. To back him up. Depends on informed, engaged citizens who are willing to stand up, people who believe in faith, family, and freedom. There's a lot to be done in the years ahead, and that's where we all come in. I want you to join AMAC, the Association of Mature American Citizens. Unlike other senior groups, AMAC is built around the values we hold dear, and you literally don't have to be a senior to join, 18 or older. I think it's a good idea for everybody to join. Members receive trusted news, the outstanding AMAC magazine, and here's the kicker, I think, for a lot of people. Unparalleled money-saving discounts and benefits on travel and insurance and a whole lot more. You use those once, it more than pays for itself. Now, what do I mean by that? Right now, you can join for 5 years for $47. That is slightly over $9 a year, less than $1 a month. Now, think about that. It's a fitting way to be a part of an organization and that supports your values. So go to amac.us/Levin Get the discounts and benefits, folks. That's amac.us/LEVIN. Again, amac.us/LEVIN. Simple. Join the Association of Mature American Citizens today, and you're going to love it. So this guy, Takano, what the hell is he even yelling about? Trump's mental fitness? And then he doesn't let RFK answer? Let's try this again. Cut 10, go.
Do you share their concerns about his mental health?
I want to call your attention to the last line of that.
Mr. Secretary, my question was, do you share their concerns about his mental health?
No, cut 10 now.
So over $1 trillion comes out over the next 10 years. Report after report says 15 million people could lose their health insurance.
How is that a cut?
Okay, let's talk about
that. That is only a cut in Washington.
Have you met with any of the 1.4 million people who have lost their health insurance just this last year from dropping off of Obamacare? Have you sat down and talked to those folks about the fact they won't have their health insurance again?
They're almost all illegal immigrants.
Okay, well, you know what? It sounds like you haven't met with folks like Portia in my district.
Hey. This guy's good, RFK Jr. He's good. He takes these guys on. He doesn't take 2 steps back. Never. Because there's such fraud. He's talking about Medicaid that was used to provide free health care to illegal aliens. Millions of them. And it's a great response. Have you ever met any of them? Have you met any of them? Says this guy, Greg Caesar of Texas, Democrat. And of course he says, well, they're almost all illegal aliens. Have you met with any? Then we have Yvette Clarke, Democrat, New York. This is a real crackpot. Go.
And from Brooklyn, New York, we have a diaspora that can absorb a significant number of these migrants. And when I hear colleagues talk about, the doors of the inn being closed, no room in the inn, I'm saying, I need more people in my district, just for redistricting purposes. And those members could clearly hear.
All right, I don't know what she's drinking, but here's the thing. She revealed herself, didn't she? Why does she want more foreigners in the country? Illegal aliens. For redistricting purposes. Isn't that what she just said, Rich? I'm telling you now, this guy Carville is a head case, but he's telling you the truth about this, as I've been explaining. Turley has here. They're going to add 4 Democrat senators, if they can, by turning Puerto Rico into a state and District of Columbia into a state. These people don't have any interest in working with anybody. They just want to ram things through. They're very fascistic in their mentality. And they're going to open the borders again and bring in as many people as they can because they want to overwhelm the system and have more congressional seats for the Democrats. This next election, this is about them really taking control of the country. Not just the midterms, but 2028. And they want the trifecta. They want the House, the Senate, and the presidency. That's what they want. That's the plan. It's not a secret. That's the plan. They do not want to deport illegal aliens because that's part of the plan. You know what
skyscrapers.
The president said earlier today talks with Iran will continue this weekend. The pause in fighting between Israel and Lebanon appears to be holding.
This ceasefire has opened the way for more progress on the Iranian front. In fact, Iran had demanded that there be a ceasefire before they go forward with talks with President Trump and the United States. And President Trump, we understand, spoke very strongly with Israel to halt the fire, and that's exactly what has happened.
Fox's Greg Palcott in Tel Aviv, but the Iran-backed terror group Hezbollah has not formally agreed to the truce and wants Israel to withdraw from southern Lebanon. The Department of Education accusing 4 school districts in Kansas of violating federal law regarding transgender students.
The department says the districts, Kansas City, Olathe, Shawnee Mission, and Topeka, had rules that could prevent schools from notifying parents of a student's gender transition and allow students to use bathrooms or play on sports teams matching their gender identity. The districts say they follow state law on sports. Note Title IX case law on bathrooms is unclear and deny having policies that conceal gender identity from parents.
Fox's Carmen Roberts. The investigation was launched last August after a complaint from a conservative nonprofit based in Washington, D.C. The Coast Guard continues to search for 6 people after losing contact with their disabled boat off the coast of Guam. America's listening to Fox News.
Unemployment numbers. I'm Sharon Rudin from the Novak Motors News Desk. Good evening. New data from the Virginia state government shows just how devastating the first year of Trump 2.0 was for employment in the region.
From January of last year, when Doge came on the scene, to January of this year, the number of unemployed people in Northern Virginia rose by nearly 31%. The sharpest rise in the city of Falls Church, followed closely by Arlington. For the D.C. Metro as a whole, the number of jobless grew by nearly a quarter to 150,000 people. The reason we're just now seeing January numbers is the data is still delayed, dating back to last fall's government shutdown. John Matthews on WMAL and WMAL.com.
Montgomery County residents who spoke out against the proposed property and income tax hikes in the county executive's proposed budget were heard by Council President Natalie Fani Gonzalez. She pitched a new budget proposal today.
Household budgets are stretched thin, and we cannot add to the burden by raising their taxes in this budget.
Her proposal eliminates a 6.3-cent property tax increase and makes an income tax hike progressive. County Executive Mark Elrich says he's reviewing the proposal and expects more analysis next week. And it's budget time in Prince William County, and the school board has a big beef with the Board of Supervisors.
County revenues have grown because of data centers, and we share in those county revenues. The longstanding 30-year agreement, 57% of all county revenues go to schools.
School Board Chair Dr. Barbara Lateef, but the Board of Supervisors, according to Lateef, is changing the terms on the fly, and that means cuts to school operations like pay raises and various programs.
They have enormous bloat and administrative costs on the county side that they cannot balance their budget without stealing from the schools.
Lateef planned discussing the deal in summer.
But at this time, it's not anything I'm willing to discuss in the summer if they're going to do this in the middle of the night and take money from children by blindsiding the community and breaking public trust.
Scotland on WMAL and WMAL.com.
WMAL News Time is 8:04. I'm Sharon Reardon, and now here's your WMAL traffic and weather from the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
You'll still find some slowing on the inner loop of the Beltway from the Legion Bridge to the Clara Barton Parkway, and more delays headed from Connecticut Avenue towards Georgia Avenue. Outer loop, still some delays from Route 1 over to the Wilson Bridge. In Falmouth on Route 1 southbound, that still remains closed between Lay Hill Road and Manning Drive due to a long-standing accident there. And in the district, you'll find some delays on DC 295 southbound between Benning Road and Pennsylvania Avenue, and northbound a bit heavy from Pennsylvania Avenue towards East Capitol Street. Keep in mind, in Northwest, Georgia Avenue is closed southbound between Missouri Avenue and Kennedy Street due to police activity. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, here's a WMAL Weather Channel forecast.
Tonight, mostly clear with lows around 60. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with highs around 80.
Breaking news for your home. Wayday. Wayfair's big sale is almost here, and you can score the best deals in homes, like up to 80% off everything home. Yes, you heard that right. 80% off with free shipping on everything. Plus surprise flash deals all way day long. We're talking outdoor furniture and essentials, rugs, and more. All at Wayfair, and all up to 80% off during Wayday. Shop Wayfair's Wayday from April 25th through 27th.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
on 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app. Mark Levin.
Broadcasting from the underground command post, deep in the bowels of a hidden bunker, somewhere under the brick and steel of a nondescript building, we've once again made contact with our leader, Mark Levin.
Hello, America. Mark Levin here. Our number, 877-381-3811, 877-381-3811. I'll be on Hannity tonight at 9 p.m. near the top of the hour, Eastern Time, if you'd like to check it out. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Now this is rather interesting. Where is that post? About, I'll find it. Gavin Newsom, this guy, we had Chris Ruddy on yesterday, and he was explaining what a complete disaster this guy is. People in California, Chris Rufo, not Ruddy, I apologize. Good guy, though. Chris Rufo, and tens of billions of dollars, about 25% of every major entitlement and welfare program is fraud. And he smiles there, that stupid look on his face, that 1960s haircut, whatever. Lives of TikTok, those are great people. Breaking, Gavin Newsom's his PAC, used $1.5 million to buy 67,000 copies of his own book. Total book sales were around 97,400. So his PAC purchased about 2/3 of all the sold copies. And he did that to get it up on the New York Times bestseller list. So he's running all over to his favorite TV shows that don't have any viewers, favorite podcasts, don't have any listeners. His own PAC spends $1.5 million to buy 67,000 books, and he sells a total of 97,000. Now, I can honestly tell you, America, I've never had a mass purchasing of my books. Ever. And have you, great people, you purchased the book. Now, there are organizations that might buy a number of books. I'm not involved in that, in order to hand them out or use them for memberships, things like that. But again, I'm not involved in it. But that aside, not like this. Maybe it's 500, maybe it's 1,000. Again, I don't know. I'm not involved in it. I've sold millions of books. I've never had any organization, any PAC, anything, not my own money, buy a whole bunch of books. 2/3 of his books. 97,400 books. He's a loser. Nobody wants to read what he has to say. We know he didn't even write it. Didn't he say he's dyslexic? He doesn't even read it. Doesn't write it, doesn't read it. He's running around pushing it. He wants to make a few extra bucks, He gets ready to run for president of the United States. He's done such a damn good job in California. People can't get the hell out of there fast enough. Unless, of course, you're an illegal alien and you want to have sex change operations, then you can get that for free in California. Go west, young man. Woman, go west. Oh, yes. What a nut. And back to Scamberger. That's right, Scamberger. She's a scam artist. Scam artist. Democrats turn on Scamberger over plummeting popularity amid redistricting battle. This is the Washington Examiner. Virginia Democrats are turning on Scamberger as another poll shows her plummeting popularity is here to stay. Democratic representatives and political action committees are now beginning to distance themselves from the newly elected governor during a redistricting battle. And again, if you're in Virginia and you don't vote no, you're going to get what you deserve, which is a zillion Democrats in Congress and one Republican. You're going to disenfranchise yourselves because that's the name of the game here. That's what they're up to. And so this redistricting battle that could swing the purple state's House delegation from 6-5 Democrat majority to 10-1 blue stronghold. This is what they do around the country. This is what they want to do nationally. They don't believe in our system. They're disgusting. The latest number from State Navigate shows Scamberger's approval rating split down the middle. 47% of respondents approving of her short tenure, 47% saying thumbs down. This comes on the heels of a Washington Compost Schar School poll taken at the end of March showing 47% approval, 46% unpopular. Just 2 months in office, by the way. Yeah. This possibly makes Scamberger the third most disliked governor. Hold on, the damn advertising. In the nation, when compared to a Morning Consult poll from February, which only gives Governor Kim Reynolds and Mike Dunleavy, Republican of Iowa, Republican of Arkansas, respectively, taking first and second spots. There's much more hardcore disapprovers than hardcore approvers, too, the state navigation poll team wrote. 41% of likely voters strongly disapprove of her. 31% strongly approve. Just 5 months earlier, Scamberger beat Lieutenant Governor Winsome Earl Sears. She ran such a horrendous campaign. Such a horrendous campaign. And she beat her by 15 points. That's not typical in Virginia. 57% of the vote. Now, the State Navigate poll is indeed confirmation Scamberger has lost favorability along the lines of the Washington Post piece, says political scientist Larry Sabato. The drop of that margin is stunning. It should be greatly disturbing to the governor and the governor's staff if it's repeated in other surveys, he said. Now it's a trend, and these numbers are having consequences. Virginia State Senator Louise Lucas is calling Scamberger's credibility into question. Lucas was considered one of the original proponents of redistricting ever. A video of her shouting 10 effing went viral earlier this year. Yeah, power is really goes to their head and out of their mouth. Interesting poll. My numbers are doing just fine, she wrote in response to a post about State Navigate poll, because nobody knows who the hell you are and what the hell you did. If they knew, you'd be in the toilet with the rest of them. People don't like their system screwed around with. It's frightening, though. Virginia used to be a red state. Georgia was a red state. It's problematic. There's only so many states, you know. There's only so many places you can run. Yeah, that's not good. But these phonies, it's unbelievable. Let's see here. Bear with me. Oh, yes. Now, we got this judge, Richard Leone. I told you I knew this guy. We used to call him Dick Leone, and that's the truth. He was a staffer for the Senate Judiciary Committee. I forget who he worked for. It may have been Strom Thurmond, but I don't recall off the top of my head. Next thing I knew, he was a federal district judge, really young guy in his low 30s. Put on the court, I think, by Bush, one of the Bushes. Out the bushes, remember that line, Mr. Perdue? Nobody understood what Jesse Jackson was saying. Stay out the bushes. Oh, okay. Anyway, CNBC, judge blocks above-ground construction of Trump's White House ballroom. Administration appeals. Now, this is the second time they've appealed. They won on appeal the first time. Now it's another aspect of it. This guy, Leone, blocked the Trump administration from doing construction work above ground. And, of course, the way CNBC puts it, on the controversial proposed White House ballroom. What's controversial? That Trump's doing it? He's allowing the administration to continue below-ground construction. Now, look how stupid this is. They're building a big ballroom, and below the ballroom is a very heavy, secured, fortified room for the president and his staff to conduct foreign policy, national security if necessary. So what does this jerk say? Okay, you can build that part, but not the part above it. The National Trust for Historical Preservation is suing the Trump administration to block $400 million ballroom from being built. You know where all that money's coming from? Donors. Donors. Trump administration quickly appealed the order to the U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals again. So it's just crazy, these federal judges, and I don't care who appointed them. You can't even get a ballroom built? I'll be right back.
Air traffic controllers guide tens of thousands of flights every day, getting passengers and cargo to their destination safely. Aviation professionals always answer the call, but they can't do it alone. We must invest in modern equipment, facilities, and controller staffing. NACA, we guide you home.
Breaking news for your home. Wayday. Wayfair's big sale is almost here, and you can score the best deals in homes, like up to 80% off everything home. Yes, you heard that right. 80% off with free shipping on everything. Plus surprise flash deals all Wayday long. We're talking outdoor furniture and essentials, rugs, and more. All at Wayfair, and all up to 80% off during Wayday. Shop Wayfair's Wayday from April 25th through 27th.
Wayfair, every style, every home. Hey guys, if you're looking for the perfect Mother's Day gift, listen up. Goldbelly ships America's most legendary foods from iconic restaurants and chefs nationwide. So treat mom to Ina Garten's coconut cupcakes, Joe's stone crab dinner kits from Miami, or a New York bagel brunch. You can even send Magnolia Bakery's famous banana pudding or classic Ladurée macarons. Make Mother's Day unforgettable with flavors she loves, delivered anywhere in the country. Visit goldbelly.com and use promo code MOM for 20% off your first order.
They say higher education is outdated, irrelevant. We say don't settle for the status quo.
At Grand Canyon University, we shatter it.
We lead with a pioneering spirit in classrooms that are incubators for bold ideas.
You want opportunity. You want purpose. A chance to lead and serve in meaningful ways.
This is purpose-driven education. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu.
Are you our next millionaire? At Mohawk Casino, you could win big in the Instant Millionaire promotion. From April 1st through June 30th, swipe daily from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. for a chance at slot play, gift cards, and even $1 million. Members receive free daily swipes based on tier, plus earn extra swipes playing slots, table games, and bingo. Don't miss monthly giveaways of $20,500 in slot play and $1,500 in prizes. Instant Millionaire. Akwesasne Mohawk Casino Resort.
Buying a car is a big deal, so you shouldn't go in blind. With the Car Gurus app, the new dealership mode is like having a personal cheat sheet in your pocket. Instantly compare the car in front of you to similar options, see deal ratings and price history, and estimate your final price. It's no wonder Car Gurus is the #1 most visited car shopping site according to SimilarWeb's estimated traffic data. Buy or sell your next car today with Car Gurus at cargurus.com. Go to cargurus.com to make sure your big deal is the best deal. That's cargurus.com. cargurus.com.
Spectrum TV makes sports easy, so I never miss. Never miss a homer. Never miss a home field hat trick. Never miss a goal line stand, inches from the end zone. Never miss an end-to-end, tic-tac-toe, top shelf snipe. Never miss the downtown buzzer beater for the championship win. Get your favorite streaming apps included at no extra cost with Live TV. It's one plan, one price, one place for all your sports. For details, visit SpectrumTV.com.
WMAL.
Running a small business is a daily balancing act. One late shipment, one price hike, one employee issue, and your whole month, maybe the entire year, could be in trouble. That's where LendSeek comes in.
I needed $100,000 fast to keep up with inventory demands. LendSeek had me funded the same day I applied. Between their AI platform finding the fastest deal and a dedicated funding specialist guiding the process, it couldn't have been easier.
Our AI-driven platform matches your business with the right program from over 100 funders, up to $2 million in as fast as 24 hours. Don't wait until it's too late. If you've been in business at least 2 years with more than $500,000 in annual revenue, qualifying is simple. No collateral, no out-of-pocket costs, no hassle. From lines of credit, term loans to revenue-based financing, LendSeek is open for business. Apply in minutes at lendseek.com. That's LENDSEEK.com.
Making sense of your world.
I can't believe this.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
And I am so with you.
Making sense of the news.
Well, it's a pleasure to have back our friend Buck Sexton, his great book, Manufacturing Delusion. You know, Buck, I was thinking about you coming back here, and overall, what is the purpose of all this sort of manipulation of language and phrases and sloganeering, and who does it most of the time?
Well, Mark, first off, thank you so much for having me back on. And I've got to say, I knew because of your history of incredibly successful books that you had an audience of readers and thinkers. But wow, my publisher reached out to me after I came on. He said, "What did you do?" I said, "Well, I went on Mark's Living Radio." So thank you to your audience for responding so supportively by going out and buying a copy of Manufacturing Delusion, because it really, as you know, you write books, I've written this book, and you put your heart and soul into it. And so when people actually respond that way, it's really meaningful.
Well, first of all, Buck, it's a great book, and you do a great job explaining it. That helps a lot. Go right ahead.
Thank you. Yeah, well, last time we were on, we talked a bit about the breakdown process, right? So we talked menticide, brainwashing, thought reform in China, Pavlovian conditioning, all things to understand. So that's how they, if you will, break down the system. But then to create a society of the robotized, if you will, to create people who are programmed, you have to do what I refer to in the book as identity construction. And this is something that is incredibly powerful for whether it's jihadist cults, the wackos running Iran or Hamas, also in cults, and also for left-wing factions in this country, and increasingly from the very top of the Democrat Party on down. And what it's meant to do is, once people have been stripped of their rationality, their critical faculties, their individual identity, their willingness to, if you will, their immunity, their inborn immunity to lies, then with this identity construction phase, mostly through propaganda, right, and propagandizing, which we can talk about in some detail. I know that's something you're familiar with. You've written about that many times too. But then it's to create essentially a mass of people who operate as one entity based on whatever the designer, the manufacturer, if you will, of that belief system wants. And so it's really just a mass mobilization tool. You break people down, then you fill them with this nonsense, you create a new identity for them, and then that identity is impervious to facts because you've removed the fact-checking mechanism, if you will.
That is so important, because I feel Republicans and sometimes conservatives, we're fighting with facts, we're fighting with information, evidence, and we cannot penetrate this that way, can we?
No, and this is unfortunately where I have to get to the part of the book where people will say to me, I have this leftist, I have this person in my life, a neighbor, a family member, a coworker. Do you think I could, if I give them this book, will they start to understand? I say, no, unfortunately, it's a little bit like giving a cult member a manual on cults, right? Because they will inherently reject this because they've become so associated with that identity. And people, when you can replace someone's core beliefs, when you can replace someone's ability to think for themselves and stand apart from a group, and a group that has been constructed or manufactured, as in the manufactured delusion, there's an inherent desire to keep living in that lie, or to live by that lie, to borrow from Solzhenitsyn. And this is true in totalitarian societies at massive scale, but it's also true in this country for people who believe climate change is an existential threat, or people who believe that men can become women, and all these issues where the Democrats have embraced lunacy. I mean, truly have embraced delusion. And this is why it's so hard to get people to move away from that, because now it's like you're not attacking an idea, you're attacking them. And that's a critical part of identity construction. It's not, Mark, that I'm somebody, again, speaking from the leftist perspective, it's not I support trans rights. It's I'm a good person, and therefore, of course, I think that kids should have gender transition surgery and this should be funded by the state. In fact, we should have gender transition surgery, as Kamala said, for illegals who come over the border, and we should pay for it. It's because of who they view themselves as at their value level instead of the ideas themselves. And this is why we're always in this fight with the right and the left in this country, although the right gets a little cuckoo these days too in some instances. But we're in this fight between reason and fact and emotion and impulse and crowd mentality. And it's an incredibly powerful tool the left uses of the manufactured delusion, but it's really hard to break people out of it. It's like breaking them out of a cult identity.
The Democrats seem to speak most of the time with one voice. And I don't think they necessarily plan it this way. Do they hear each other, or is this just almost instinctive these days?
I think I wanted to get into this, and in the book, I was sort of pushed away a little bit by my editor from getting too deep down the psychiatric route. I started to think about how this really does feel like, for example, I wanted to say, by any disorder, COVID for a lot of people.
Uh-oh, we're coming in and out. We're coming in and out. I missed the last 5 seconds. Turn your head with your phone. That helps sometimes. Seriously.
There we go. Sorry.
Yeah.
So there we go. So COVID, I think, is very clearly a situation where people developed a mass anxiety disorder. I mean, a truly diagnosable mental illness. And this is why you saw the people driving around in double masks by themselves in cars and just doing insane and stupid stuff that you could tell was there was a mental component of unwellness. And I think that when you look at the left and the Democrats in this country right now, I think they're particularly susceptible to the manufactured delusion because of things that run very deep, because of a desire to be a part of the crowd, because of the replacement of God with the state, because of, honestly, really, I view, Mark, we could have a whole conversation about communism, but communism is not really about economics at its core. It's about a religion for malcontents, in my view. It's a religion of it's a religion of people that are angry at life and angry at those who have done well. Well, I think there's a lot of that among Democrats, and even the very successful Democrats, the Tom Steyers, if you will, the billionaires who prattle on about climate change, they do so out of a sense of guilt, right? They do so to, one, hold themselves up as now virtuous, but also many of the most successful leftists, financially at least, still view themselves as deeply flawed people who have to latch on to ideas to make themselves bigger and taller and feel better about who they are. And so that's why I think the left is so susceptible to this. It's a combination of factors, but I do view their mass delusion as deeply ingrained.
You're listening to Buck Sexton. Stay with us, my friend. The book is Manufacturing Delusion, How the Left Uses Brainwashing, Indoctrination, and Propaganda Against You. It's a killer book. I encourage you to go on Amazon.com, grab a copy right now for the weekend, or any major bookstore. Great book, Manufacturing Delusion. We'll be right back. Folks, Americans rely on credit cards for secure payments and seamless transactions. But consumers stand to lose it all with the Durbin-Marshall credit card mandate bill. Big government mandates favor corporate megastores and allow them to choose how your credit card is processed. They might end up using untested payment networks that could jeopardize your data security and rewards. Tell Congress to guard your card, because Americans lose when politicians choose. Visit guardyourcard.com to learn more. That's guardyourcard.com, paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I am grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
WMAL, making sense of social media because big tech can't be trusted. Download the WMAL app to stream us for free.
The WMAL Free Speech Forum is back. Don't miss out as all your favorite personalities make sense of the news, live and unfiltered. See Larry, Chris, Vince, and Derek during our signature event, Sunday, May 17th at the Birchmere. Tickets are on sale now at WMAL.com, and they will sell out fast. The WMAL Free Speech Forum, Sunday, May 17th at the Birchmere in Alexandria. From News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, you're not alone. Most importantly, you don't have to live with it. True Vitality Medical Center restores men's sex lives in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, even when Viagra and Cialis don't work. Here's Dr. Simovitz, specialist in men's health.
True Vitality Medical Center's painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. 98% of patients see instant results right in the office.
Men are now lasting longer than they ever imagined. And the best part, at True Vitality Medical Center, your consultation and first treatment are free. Qualified patients even get their testosterone checked free. Call 703-637-1222. 703-637-1222. Take control of your sex life. Call now. 703-637-1222.
This spring, save huge on your new Valor roof. Adam Kincaid here, owner of Valor Roofing. My father, Al, a Vietnam veteran, founded Valor with the core focus of treating our customers' homes like his own. Dad served as an FNMF corpsman from 1968 to 69, mending his brothers and sisters in the jungles of Vietnam. Today, as chairman of Operates the Roof, Al Doc Kincaid continues to keep his comrades covered, donating over $600,000 in the DMV. You see, a Valor roof is more than just a roof. Our Valiant roofing system is built as strong as our men and women.
Making fun of my haircut.
Def architectural shingles.
Holy
Valiant's
fuck.
lifetime warranty means your new Valor roof
The
is the
fuck?
last roof you'll ever own. This month only, save 50% off all materials. Pay no interest for a full 18 months. Plus,
There's some
get a free
fucking
upgrade for
triggered
our
people
Valiant's
out
lifetime
here.
warranty. Military and first responders, be sure to ask about our Salute to Service program. Visit valorhome.com or call.
Wow.
3383 Valor.
Our yoga instructor challenged us to find inner peace. I found it faster than anyone. After 4 seconds, I stood up and screamed, I found Nirvana! I win! They asked me to leave. I guess they don't respect winning. Bet365 does, though. New customers get $200 in bonus bets just for betting $10. I must stay, losers. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Maryland. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Trying to make sense of the markets? Looking to diversify out of all the craziness? Thinking about tangible assets like precious metals? Listen to The Gold Show with Alan Johnson right here on WMAL 1 p.m. Sunday afternoons. Stay up to date on retirement trends, how the IRA rollover process works, and why investors are turning to physical gold. Alan is a national talk show host with decades of experience in the markets. Tune in for Alan's insights and The Gold Show this Sunday afternoon at 1 p.m. on WMAL.
WMAL.
Yeah.
There are 1,000 ways to say it.
Nope. Knock it off. Shut it down. Dream on. No dice. Give it a rest.
Making sense of your world.
Talk radio is where I get all of my information.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL. Making sense of the news.
The thunder on the right. Call in now. 877-381-3811.
I'd like to tell you about a man named Phineas, who was a child, survived the Holocaust. Phineas survived because Christians, they hid him from the Nazis, risking their entire lives, to the entire family. Today, he's in his 80s. He can no longer stand on his own or leave his home to receive medical care. And the sirens are constantly going off. And when they do, the missiles are falling. He doesn't have time or strength to reach safety. But once again, Christians are helping save his life. And through the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews, a mobile clinic brings doctors and medicine right to his home, providing care he wouldn't otherwise receive especially in wartime. He said, Christians saved my life during the Holocaust, and now again they're helping me. And that's the way it works with the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews standing shoulder to shoulder. Israel's Holocaust Remembrance Day, or early this week, we honored survivors like Phineas, not just with words, but with actions. It would be a real blessing, folks, if you could give a $45 gift that is tax deductible right now to the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews to rush life-saving essentials to their vulnerable under fire in the Holy Land there. Call 844-866-IFCJ, 844-866-IFCJ, or online at levinforthefellowship.org. That's Levin for thefellowship.org. Again, 844-866-IFCJ. We're back with Buck Sexton, his hit book, Manufacturing Delusion. You can get it on Amazon.com right now, any major bookstore. It's a killer book, folks. You really ought to grab a copy. Buck, let's go to that chapter on propaganda. What is propaganda?
Well, it's interesting because I try to get into some of the just the history of it. And initially, propaganda comes from an effort by the Catholic Church to propagate the true faith. So it didn't have this negative connotation that we think of now. And really, propaganda in the 20th century developed this negative connotation largely from what we saw in wartime and what was broadcast over radio and what was broadcast later on, of course, television, but the press, mass media, posters, and what we see is that there are some traits of this. Some things, one thing I think for people like you and me who constantly talk about what Donald Trump calls the fake news media, which I love. And I always have to remind people, too, he turned around on them. You remember, they initially were saying, all these Trump supporters back in 2016, they believed the fake news on Facebook that Donald Trump was saying, or they believe, and he turned it against them in a remarkable act of really political jujitsu. But propaganda has some characteristics that I get into in specifics. And one of the ways to describe it is just the fire hose of falsehood. And that comes from a RAND study that was done of how they do this, particularly in wartime. Yes, in the World War I, World War II, but and of course, Goebbels and the Nazis were unfortunately quite expert at the most insidious kinds of propaganda. But it takes it to the present day and looks at it. It says it has to be a few things: high volume and multi-channel, right? So aggressive and from everywhere. That's one thing. When the messages come, I said before, why is it that these leftists, isn't it interesting how they all sort of say many of the same things at the same time? That's actually, and people have brought these brilliant clips, right? And that's indicative of a propaganda effort alone. Rapid, continuous, and repetitive. That is, of course, something we see all the time. If you see it on MSN, MSLSD, Mark, as you said, but if you see it on MS Now, right? If you see it on MS Now at 10 a.m., they're intentionally going to say the same kind of words about the same things throughout the entire day. So it's rapid, continuous, repetitive, intentionally lacks a commitment to objective reality, right? So the point is they're just saying it to make people believe it because they don't care. And that it also lacks commitment to consistency. So what they've said before doesn't matter. Claims that have been made in the past are irrelevant. What is the need of today for the political entity, for those who are manufacturing delusion? So, basically in shorthand, it's all over the place. It's coming at you constantly. It doesn't care if it's true, and it doesn't care what it said yesterday. That is propaganda. And as we all see here, of course, Mark, that's the fake news media. That's the leftists and their corporate media hackery to a T.
So to wrap this up, an unfair question. What do you do about this? How do you fight this?
So I truly believe
every chapter is brilliant, but you address it in such an incredible way, the way you break it down to each form of this.
Thank you, Mark. And first of all, I really do appreciate it. And it means a lot coming from you as a guy who has probably sold more books as a conservative than anybody else in the 21st century. It's just public record. So, thank you. Greatly appreciate the kind words about the book. It really is meaningful. And I would say the first step of this, I generally find, the weakest part of a lot of, books that come from people on the right is the final chapter where they just say, well, just, keep your faith in America and call your congressman or something really quick. Look, there's no quick fix to this. I mean, the shorthand, the first thing is you have to understand what they're doing. Because once you see, and that's why I broke this down into the chapters, people after they read this book, and I've had people come up to me and say this, they're like, wow, out of my subjects, I totally get this now. Now I understand these purple-haired weirdos with nose rings showing up to tackle ICE officers in Minneapolis.
You're a fucking child, Wiggin. I'm going to take your ring, I'm going to shove it up your ass. Don't be fucking ignorant. I ain't kissing your fucking ring. You can go fuck yourself, Wiggin. Fuck you. Fuck you. You're not having any control in here. Before you said you weren't going to support my chat. So, too fucking bad. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do to you what you've fucking done to me in the past. Because I don't really want to fucking talk to you, you little fucking dank. You fucking malcontent, miscreant motherfucker. Fuck you. Get out of my fucking face. You had your fucking chance. Fuck you. Up yours. Do something. Click on my link if you think you want to come up here. Fuck you two, both of you. Kiss my fucking ass. Fuck you. What are you going to fucking do? Huh? Ain't kissing your fucking ring. You're trying to kiss my ring. You're in here sucking up to me. Fuck you. Yeah, I banned you. Both of you. I know you have other accounts, Wiggin. All you got to do is change it, just like you told me. No, you had me blocked. I don't block you. I don't. I clear my block list when I come back to my chat if I block somebody in the other chat, especially your little friend Logical. That right there is just cue for me to end this stream and go fucking watch TV. That's what that means. You got a fucking problem, Tom Carlisle? There's my link right there. Come on up. Fuck you and fuck your ring. I fucking kick your ring. You fucking ring around your touch hole. Huh? No? You gonna say something about my views or what? I ain't got nobody in here? Good. I don't want you motherfuckers up here. The fuck do I want to talk about with a bunch of fucking losers like you guys are? Holy fuck. Not one good word to say about anybody. Just fucking constantly mealy-mouthing and shit. Quit trying to control me, Wiggin. Because it makes you look stupid. Really bad. Especially in front of my friends. I heard you talking about, yeah, the poker players. It's all you have, Wiggin. They laugh at you. You're a stupid drunk, Wiggin. Gee, Billy, 1 minute you guys are friends, next minute you're fighting. Not me doing it. I'm not the one going to your chat and demanding that you let people up there and shit like that. You would never do that. You do it on purpose. You know what, Alicia? You deserve him. Fucking two of the stupidest people out here. How many times you call me stupid? You're the one stupid, Wiggin. Fucking kiss your ring. I kick you right in the ass. Do something. The fucking kiss your ring. Go live. Did you go live?
Off everything home. Yes, you heard that right. 80% off.
News is almost over with anyways.
Plus surprise flash deals all day long. We're talking outdoor furniture.
So I'll give you last call. You don't want to come up on my panel? Fuck yeah, I'll go do something else. Fuck both of you. I don't fucking need you, Wiggin. I really don't. It's not a question of need. Fucking loser.
Ow. Ah. Oh, fucking Christ. Oh.
Ah, this fucking phone is touchy like a motherfucker. So how are you going to make me regret this? What are you going to do, Megan? I'll end this stream. You can go live. You can fucking clip whatever you want. Didn't really give you much to clip on this one. I said a few things. Doug's a traitor. Doug is a traitor. That motherfucker supports foreigners over his fellow Americans. That fucker cares more about people like Alpesh Patel and Paul Beach Life and Vanguard and the rest of them. Yeah, I got Banksy coming up here. Oh, me and Vanguard are tight. Duh. You guys are pathetic. Waiting for you to do something, Wiggin. You'll have a better chance doing something about Rusty than you will about me. Fucking idiot. Yeah, fuck you, Doug. Prick.